The YD Red Sox are stumbling to the finish. 4 straight losses after the All-Star break marked their longest losing streak since 2016, when they lost 5 in a row. But that season ended with a championship trophy, and tonight the Red Sox once again have a chance to clinch a division title. Tonight they're on the elbow of the Cape for the final time this season. The Falmouth Commodores are a win away from a playoff berth of their own right, and they host the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox tonight. From Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, we welcome you into Red Sox baseball on the YD Red Sox Broadcast Network. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez here in beautiful Falmouth, Massachusetts. The Red Sox look to sweep the season series against the Doors for the first time since 2016. If they can do that, they can avoid their longest losing streak since that same season. And Carlo, after consecutive losses to Orleans in the middle of this stretch, in which YD mustered just 2 total runs across those 2 games, they're looking to get the bats hot today.
Yeah, 4 total runs across the last 3 games, Sam. It has been tough for a team that, in their last 5 games, just really struggling to find some sort of offense, cannot get the bats hot, and really struggling with runners in scoring position. This summer, as a squad, the team's hitting just .251 with runners in scoring position, and it's worse with the bases loaded, just a .185 average. So for YD, you feel like you need to be better in taking advantage of opportunities with runners on. We saw them early yesterday in Orleans. 2 on, 2 out, top of the first inning. You don't get a run. They didn't end up scoring until the 6th inning. Have to take advantage of opportunities early in a ball game so you can show that your offense is legit.
And you have to take advantage of what the other team gives you. The Red Sox had 5 runners reach on errors last night in Orleans, still mustered just 1 run. On the pitching side, a tough matchup today for YD. They face a very hot right-hander in Jerron Watts-Brown. He opposes Ivan Romero, who has been excellent so far for the Red Sox when they look to get length out of him.
Yeah, Ivan has been absolutely fantastic. This is his 3rd start of the summer. His previous 2 starts combined, 9 innings, 5 hits, 10 strikeouts, and a big 0 under the earned runs number. He has been nothing short of excellent, and you're hoping for another excellent outing out of Ivan Romero, who might be moving into more of that starter role as things turn towards playoff time.
It's the Commodores hosting the Red Sox from Falmouth. First pitch and lineups coming up from Gov Fuller Field. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Falmouth as we get set for baseball between the Commodores and the Whitey Red Sox. The final time these two cross-divisional rivals will square off for the fourth time this summer. And Jerron Watts-Brown, the right-hander in the transfer portal out of the University of California, Long Beach State, is on the mound for the Commodores. The lineup that he will face for these Whitey Red Sox goes as follows. Homer Bush, the center fielder, leads off. Woody Haiti, making his Red Sox debut, plays second. Plays shortstop and bats second. Braden Montgomery will play right field, bat third. Hayden Schott, the left fielder, cleans up, followed by Caden Connor, the first baseman. Mike Bovey bats sixth, will play third base. Zach Liu, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Robbie Burnett, in as the designated hitter, bats eighth. And Fernando Gonzalez will be doing the catching out of the 9 spot for YD. Jerron Watts-Brown has had kind of a middling season overall, if you look at the numbers as a snapshot, but it's a little deeper than that. This is his 8th start. He lost the first 3 over his first 4 starts. He gave up a combined 10 earned runs, but the last 3 have been superb. Over 14 innings in those last 3 outings, he's given up just 1 earned run. ERA at 3.72 overall for Watts-Brown, the 6'3" right-hander out of Hanford, California. And he'll go to work against Homer Bush Jr. The Red Sox managed by Scott Pickler. The Commodores managed by Jeff Trundy, 2 veteran managers in this Cape Cod Baseball League, going after it for a 4th and final time this regular season. The Red Sox have won the first 3, including a 3-2 win here at Gov Fuller Field the last time these two teams squared off. Bush, a right-hand hitter, Watts-Brown, a right-hand pitcher, and the first pitch home is swung on and fouled back, and we're underway. 84 degrees and sunny at first pitch here in Falmouth. Bush, an all-star for these Red Sox, the leadoff hitter, a 2-tone bat. And the 0-1 is chopped, a high chopper towards third, picked up on a leap by Kobe Halter. He plants his feet and fires to first just in time to get the speedy Bush. And that's how this one starts, a 5-3 ground out on your scorecard.
Homer Bush Jr., who was out on the first pitch 3 times yesterday, swung at both pitches he saw in that at-bat. Just not taking a lot as of late.
So here's Woody Haydeen, switch-hitting infielder, playing shortstop today. Got to Cape Cod last night. Batting left, the first pitch to him. He swings at it, lifts it in the air to center. Andrew Pinckney charging in. He's going to play it on a hop, a base hit. So welcome to Cape Cod, Woody Haydeen. The UC Irvine product, will be a junior this year. Comes to the Red Sox by way of the Appalachian League. He was the Appalachian League All-Star Game MVP just 3 days ago with the Princeton Whistle Pigs, and in his first at-bat, he sees 1 pitch for YD and dumps a single into center field. Braden Montgomery now, the 3-hole hitter with a runner on first. And 1 away here in the top half of the first, just getting underway here in Falmouth. Montgomery switch hitter batting left, and the right-hander Watts-Brown deals. First pitch changeup, swung on and missed. Montgomery out in front of it. No balls and a strike. Montgomery comes in a .261 hitter across 2 weeks worth of games. 14 played for Braden. He's homered thrice. He's driven in 14 runs. Runner on first, 1 out, no score. Top first. 0-1 is high and shallow out to left. The shortstop Alex Mooney calling all the way. He makes the 2-hand catch about a step into the outfield. Montgomery retired. That's the second out here in the top half of the first. It brings up Hayden Schott, the left fielder. Schott had a base hit yesterday in Orleans. He's had at least 1 hit in each of the 5 games he's played with YD. Overall, a .333 hitter across those 5 games. Left-hand hitter, and the first pitch to him is swung on and chopped back to the screen. A foul ball. Looked like that ball got in on him, and a little half swing for a shot. The Red Sox wearing their road reds, red jerseys, YD in the upper chest, white pants. Falmouth wearing their almost brown maroon tops with reddish maroon hats with an F across it. 0-1 is hit on the ground on 3 hops to the second baseman Stovall. He picks it up cleanly and throws on to first in time to retire this side. The 1-out single. Otherwise, a very clean opening inning for Jerron Watts-Brown, who gets the Commodores to the bats in the bottom half of this first inning from Gov Fuller Field. A scoreless game heading to the bottom of the first between the Commodores and the Red Sox. T-Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League and is committed to serve those who serve. That's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more. The bottom half of the first here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. The YD Red Sox were scoreless in the top half of the first, and Ivan Romero will look to keep it a scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the first. The right-hander out of the University of San Diego has been excellent for YD so far this summer. A 1.25 ERA in his 5 outings. 2 starts, 14 and a third total innings. He struck out 19, walked just 5, allowed 10 hits. His last outing came against Katuitt on July the 21st. He threw 4 shutout frames in a 5-1 Red Sox victory. The lineup he faces for Falmouth starts with the shortstop Alex Mooney, the third baseman Kobe Halter, and the left fielder Jace Borfin. Andrew Pickney cleans up. The center fielder Peyton Stovall bats 5th, the second baseman. The right fielder Drew Butcher bats 6th, followed by Jacob Walsh, the first baseman, Josiah Cromwick, the catcher, and Corey Collins, the DH, rounds out the Falmouth lineup. Mooney out of Duke, right-hand hitter against the right-handed pitcher Ivan Romero, who pins that glove against the upper chest, dancing on the mound, bouncing back and forth, gets his sign. The first pitch out of the windup is put on the ground right to the shortstop. And Woody Hadian's throw across is just in time to get Mooney, who runs well. Woody Hadian, in his first game with YD, had a single in his first at-bat and gets the first chance on defense. Puts it away, a ground out to the shortstop. For the shortstop, Alex Mooney, 1 up, 1 down for Ivan Romero here in the home half of the first. Brings up Kobe Halter, the third baseman for Falmouth. Halter, a .306 hitter with 7 home runs and 19 driven in. He's been perhaps the most productive hitter on this Falmouth team. Left-hand hitter, first pitch from Romero is swung on and fouled back to the net, no balls and a strike. An all-star was Kobe Halter out of Florida. The Gator has been outstanding. Took an 0 for in each of his last 2 games, though. 0-1. Taken on the outside corner, a called strike. Fernando Gonzalez doing the catching for Ivan Romero. Around the infield, the first baseman, Caden Connor. Zach Lew's playing second. The shortstop is Woody Hadian. You already met him. Over at third is Mike Bovey. Left to right of the outfield is Hayden Schott, Homer Bush, and Braden Montgomery. Romero's 0-2. He's taken outside a fastball. The count 1-2 on Kobe Halter. 1-2 is taken in the dirt. A changeup from Romero, who features that pitch quite a bit. Fastball, changeups, and sliders, the book on the University of San Diego Torero, Ivan Romero.
Got to be careful here to Halter, who leads the Cape in home runs among active players.
2-2 is lifted in the air, shallow to left center field, cutting in the left fielder Hayden Schott. He has to play it on a hop. It's a base hit for Halter. Breaks that small 0 for 7 for the Florida Gator, and he's on at first base with a one-out single. Each team with a one-out single in their first inning. This frame not over for Falmouth. Here's Jace Borfin, the left-handed hitting left fielder, with a runner on first and one away in a scoreless bottom half of the first.
And a ton of speed at first, and Colby Halter, 12 stolen bases for him.
Romero working out of the stretch. Right-handed pitcher to the left-hand hitter. First pitch is the slider that bends outside for ball one. Mentioned the stolen base numbers on Halter. He has been caught 6 times out of 18 attempts. That's 4th most on Cape Cod. He stands at first with one away. A 1-ball, no-strike count to Jace Borfin out of Arkansas. Runner going on the 1-0. Pitch taken outside. Throw down by Gonzalez. And plenty of time. They got him. Fernando Gonzalez has made a name for himself as one of the premier defensive catchers on Cape Cod this summer and shows off the arm. The 7th time Colby Halter has been caught stealing on the bases, and the 8th runner that Fernando Gonzalez has caught stealing this summer. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first now. Still scoreless. The 2-0, and Borfin takes it outside. Count 3-0.
And Falmouth loves to run. Mooney and Halter, both leaders in stolen bases, but also leaders in being caught stealing.
3 balls, no strikes. And it's taken down the middle by Borfin. Borfin himself has 5 stolen bases, a .317 hitter in just 11 games played with Falmouth. The Red Sox haven't yet seen him. Snapped a 6-game hitting streak yesterday. 3-1. Fastball taken just off the plate for ball 4. A 2-out walk for Ivan Romero, just the 6th walk that he's given up all summer. So a 2-out base runner after the caught stealing. Here's Andrew Pinckney, the cleanup hitter, the center fielder.
And you're going to see Falmouth do a lot of that, taking walks. They draw the 2nd most walks on Cape of any team. They're just behind the heels of Katuitt. These are very patient at-bats in Commodore uniforms.
Not Andrew Pinckney, though. He is a guy who will swing. Just 7 walks drawn for him this season, over 106 at-bats. A right-hand hitter, runner on first, 2 out, scoreless first inning. First pitch, a fastball over the inside corner, a called strike. Says Mark Delaney, calling the balls and strikes in this one. John Shaheen down the first baseline. Mark Furtado, the third base umpire. Pinckney, a .226 hitter with 4 homers, 15 driven in. No balls and a strike. And a slider bounced to the left side of the infield. Cut off by the shortstop, Haiti, and his throw to second is high and pulls Zach Liu off the bag, who had to leap for it. Prevents that ball from going into right field, but the Red Sox unable to get an out on the play, as Haiti never really got much of a handle on that baseball. I think they're giving an infield hit to Andrew Pinckney. What could have been a throwing error. Instead, it's a home book hit. And 2 have reached here with 2 out against Ivan Romero. Could be worse if not for the caught stealing. And here is the exceptionally talented Peyton Stovall, also out of Arkansas, .250 hitter. Guy who is a projected first-round pick out of high school last year, opted to go to college instead, a left-hand hitter. First pitch is a fastball that misses high for ball 1. Stovall was MLB.com's 29th ranked prospect heading into the 2021 draft. A slot value that was listed at $2.4 million had he been picked in that slot. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 on and 2 out. Shortstop Haiti makes a move to the bag. Romero deals home, a changeup that misses low, and the count 2-0 on Stovall. He said he wasn't getting offered the money he was looking for at slot value. Decided to withdraw his name from the draft and went through with his commitment to go play for the Razorbacks. He was a .295 hitter as a true freshman this year with 6 homers. 2 balls and no strikes to him. Romero deals a fastball at the knees, a called strike, the count 2-1. And Stovall, Louisiana native, is on a 6-game hitting streak. Had a pair of hits last night in Chatham, drove in a run, the only run for Falmouth in a 1-1 tie. A chance to drive home an early run here. Runners on first and second with 2 out. Scoreless game, bottom first. 2-1. A fastball that just misses a little inside, says Mark Delaney. And the count is 3-1. 86 miles an hour, the fastball from Ivan Romero. Not a very hard thrower. He'll live up around 88 to 90 in a normal day's work. Infield shifts a little to the pull side on Stovall. The second baseman Lou is in the hole. The shortstop Woody Haydeen is playing a little up the middle. 3-1. Swing and a miss, a fastball. Stovall was behind it. And the count runs full, and the runners with 2 out will get a head start. Borfin, the runner from second. Pinckney, the runner from first. Both run well. With 2 out here in the bottom of the first. We'll have an action pitch early, as Ivan Romero working to Peyton Stovall. Stovall, an arm guard on that front elbow. He peers in to Romero on a 3-2. They'll check in on the runner at second before Romero deals the full count offering. And we'll reset here. Just getting underway here in Falmouth. Red Sox trying to break a 4-game losing streak. And that would go a long way to clinching this Eastern Division title that they've been on the heels of. The runners go, the 3-2, and it's low in the dirt, a changeup, and that'll load the bases. The second walk of the inning, both coming with 2 out here for Ivan Romero. And Drew Butcher, the right fielder, another left-hand hitter, will hit with the sacks full of Commodores and 2 out. Butcher comes in a .263 hitter. Has been hot as of late. His last 7 games, he's hitting .476. Has 4 doubles in that span. He's driven in 13 overall this season. Bases full, 2 out, bottom first. First pitch, Butcher swings and lifts it foul along the left field line. The count 0-1 on a first pitch. Fastball from Ivan Romero. Butcher out of the University of South Florida. And the Commodores have excelled in situations like this. As a team, they're hitting .313 with the bases loaded this summer, which contrasts the Red Sox struggles in these same spots. Romero, the right-hander, deals an 0-1. And Butcher lines it up the middle, a base hit. 1 runs home. Here comes Pinckney around third. It gets by the center fielder Bush and trickles behind him. Stovall touches third. He's on his way home. He scores standing. Up to second, stopping there is Butcher with an RBI base knock that scores 3 thanks to the error in center. And the Commodores an early 3-0 lead here in Falmouth.
Well, a Falmouth team trying to end a 3-game winless streak, trying to beat this YD Red Sox team for the first time this summer. And Sam, they have already tied their high in the 3 games they've played YD. The most runs they've scored in a game is 3. They have a 3 spot in the bottom of the first.
Here's Jacob Walsh, the first baseman, and another left-handed hitter with Butcher there at second. 3 runs home, 2 outs, bottom first, 3-0 Falmouth. First pitch from Romero is grounded to the right side. Zach Lou, the second baseman, charges, plays a high hop, and flips over to Caden Connor at first, and that retires the side. But one big swing of the bat from Drew Butcher, a line drive into center that would have scored 2. It scores 3 thanks to Homer Bush's error. And at the end of 1 here at Gov Fuller Field, the Commodores a 3 spot in the first. They lead YD 3-0. Red Sox baseball brought to you by the Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists, who offer premier emergency and specialty care for your pet when it matters most. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis, visit CapeCodVetSpecialist.com to learn more. That's CapeCodVetSpecialist.com. Not an ideal start to this one for the YD Red Sox. A 3-spot for Falmouth, all with 2 outs on a big swing of the bat by Drew Butcher. And a 3-0 lead for the Commodores as we go to the top of the second. And a 7-pitch first for Jerron Watts-Brown was all he needed to get himself out of the opening frame. He gets Caden Connor to lead off. First pitch to the left-hand hitter is a called strike, a fastball. Connor followed by Mike Bovey and Zach Liu. That's 5, 6, and 7 for the Red Sox. The Red Sox had a base hit in that first inning, but a quick inning nonetheless. 0-1 to Connor is a slider that misses down and in from Jerron Watts-Brown. Watts-Brown had an outstanding season this year with Long Beach State. 3.68 ERA across 15 appearances, 12 starts, but it was the way he finished, really. The 1-1 to Connor, a curveball over the outside corner. And the count is 1-2 on the Cal State Fullerton Titan. He's trying to get something going for a struggling Red Sox team that's lost 4 in a row and trails here in the second 3-0. 1-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Strike 3 on Caden Connor. First strikeout for Jerron Watts-Brown. Guy who is used to striking out big numbers because in May, to end his season, really, he won Pitcher of the Month honors, according to the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association. 5 outings, 55 strikeouts across 33 innings, just a 1.64 ERA in that span. Here's Mike Bovey. And first pitch curveball misses low and inside, says Mark Delaney, the home plate umpire. If you average it, in that month of May, he struck out 15 batters per 9. Bovey takes a fastball for a called strike on the outside corner, the left-hand hitter against the right-handed Jerron Watts-Brown. His finest start in that span was the 1-1. It is hit on the ground up the middle by Bovey, and Mooney can't flag it down. The shortstop lets it go right on by, and Mike Bovey has the second Red Sox hit, a 1-out single here in the second. So Red Sox trailing 3-0, but they get a runner on here with 1 out in the second. Against UC Riverside on Mother's Day, May the 8th, Jerron Watts-Brown struck out 16 batters, walked just 1, did not allow a hit. The first single-pitcher complete game no-hitter in Long Beach State program history. Also earned National Pitcher of the Week and Big West Pitcher of the Week honors for that week. Here's Zach Liu, a right-hand hitter. The first pitch slider then misses away. Another note on that no-hitter, it was the most strikeouts by a Long Beach State pitcher in a single game since Jared Weaver set the program record in 2004 with 17. 1-0. A slider that, again, misses down and outside. And the count is 2-0 to Zach Liu. Had a base hit yesterday at Orleans. Starting to pick things up on the offensive side after his 0-for-26 start. Bovey leads at first, 1 out. Red Sox trailing 3-0, top of the second. 2-0 to Liu. He's taken low, a fastball at 93 from Watts-Brown. It was also the first complete game of any Long Beach State pitcher since Chris Mathewson did it in May of 2015. Mathewson is now since out of baseball. 3-0. Taken inside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Zach Liu. And while we talk about the strikeouts and the dominance that Watts-Brown has shown at times, the book on him is that he'll lose the strike zone occasionally. He did have 29 walks across his 73 1/3 innings at college this year. He has 13 and 29 innings so far this summer season. The left-hand hitter, Robbie Burnett, the 8-hole hitter, the DH, with 2 on and 1 out. Red Sox trailing by 3-0 here in the top half of the second. Burnett making his second appearance for YD since joining them from the Pittsfield Suns, as the first pitch, a curveball called strike at the knees. Burnett was an all-star with Pittsfield in the Futures Collegiate League. He competed in the Home Run Derby, had 5 home runs while he was with Pittsfield this summer. Not a big guy, 5'10", but if you let him, he'll pack a punch. 0-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. The third pitch from Jerron Watts-Brown in combination with his fastball and his outstanding breaking ball, but that was a good one. Had Burnett well out in front. Bovee singled, he's at second. Lou walked, he's at first. Here with one out, Red Sox trailing 3-0 top half of the second. Just getting underway here at Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. A look back to second for the right-hander. Another one, and the 0-2 is lifted in the air. Third baseline in foul territory. Kobe Halter, a two-hand catch in foul ground, and that's the second out. A little looping pop-up off the bat of Burnett. And he's set aside. Second out here in the second. It'll take a two-out hit if the Red Sox want to drive home a run here in the second, with Bovee and Lou at second and first, still planted there with two away. Gonzalez, the 9-hole hitter, the catcher for YD today. Overall, Fernando, a 194 hitter, but he's had hits in each of his last 3 starts behind the plate. Got into the game yesterday off the bench. First pitch to the right-hand hitter. He takes a breaking ball in for a called strike. Right on right here, Gonzalez and Jerron Watts-Brown. Fernando was taking a beating behind the plate last night. Had a warm-up throw miss his glove and get him right in the base of the neck. But he was okay. Stayed in the game. 0-1 is slashed foul back to the net. A fastball there, and Watts-Brown ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. And very much looking in command after a 1-out single and a 4-pitch walk. Those runners still at first and second with 2 down. Gonzalez has yet to homer this summer. Had 4 this year for Georgia. Has some power. He's the tying run at home plate here in the second. 0-2. Swing and a miss. A slider. Gonzalez goes fishing on one down and away. And Jerron Watts-Brown works out of a second inning jam. Red Sox make him work a little more than in the first, but they cannot scratch across a run. After the top half of the second here in Falmouth, the Red Sox trailing the Falmouth Commodores 3-0 on the YD Red Sox Radio Network. As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and to 50 more. Bottom second here in Falmouth, Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez as the Red Sox trailing early in this one. The Commodores put a 3-spot in the first inning against Ivan Romero. And the right-hander out of the University of San Diego back out on the mound here for the second. He gets 8, 9, and 1 in the Commodores' order as they look to tack on Josiah Cromwick, the catcher, followed by the DH Corey Collins, and then back to the top of the order and Alex Mooney. Cromwick, a right-handed hitter. The first pitch from the right-handed Romero. He deals a breaking ball that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Romero got 2 out and nobody on in that first inning. That was the challenging part for Ivan, because after a 1-out single to Kobe Halter, he was caught stealing. The 1-0 to Cromwick is bounced up the middle. A high chopper. Zach Lou fields it on the backhand. Long throw to first, but the catcher running, he gets him by a step and a half. So the second baseman for the Red Sox makes a fine play there on a strong throw from up the middle. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, the DH Corey Collins.
And it seems like Zach Lusam is a little more comfortable at that second base position. We saw him play that earlier in the summer, and he's made a couple of nice plays. Was at shortstop for about a week or so.
Red Sox are still trying to figure out the shortstop position. Cole Carrick is dealing with a bit of a groin issue, but after Hunter Haas left, it's really been his spot. The first pitch home to Collins is slash foul, a fastball. down the left field line. A left-hand hitter here, Corey Collins. Collins out of the University of Georgia, chatting it up with his teammate behind the plate in fellow Bulldog Fernando Gonzalez. Squares to bunt on an 0-1. He pops it up behind the plate. Gonzalez out from the crouch to make the catch. So with the third baseman, Mike Bovee, the only man on that left side of the infield in the shift and playing deep, Collins trying to bunt for a hit, instead pops out to the catcher in foul territory. So 2 out, nobody on for Ivan Romero, the same spot he was in the first. Mooney grounded out to start this game for Falmouth. But a walk, a single, a walk, and then the 3-run hit off of Drew Butcher's bat, aided by that error by the center fielder Homer Bush. That's where we stand. Mooney squares the bunt, takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. Falmouth leading this game 3-0 early. Home half of the second at Gov Fuller Field. Red Sox needed 2 things to happen to clinch the division tonight. It doesn't look like they'll be able to. 0-1 is lined out towards left. Hayden's shot barely has to move. He makes the catch letters high, and that retires the side. More on why the Red Sox can't clinch later, and it doesn't have to do with the results in this one. Brewster is all over the Harwich Mariners out at Stony Brook. On to the third we go here in Falmouth. The Red Sox trying to cut into this 3-0 Commodores lead. We'll be right back.
Well, hello from Captain Parker's Pub over in West Yarmouth, 128. The entire crew from Captain Parker's wants to give a big salute to Cape Cod baseball, especially the young players that dedicated so much time and effort to America's pastimes. So join us for lunch or dinner or just a bowl of our world-famous clam chowder. Captain Parker's easy to find, but awfully hard to lead. The Whitey Red Sox are trying to climb a 3-run hole as we begin the third, and Sam Lebowitz is here to tell you all about it.
Oh, thank you so much, Carlo Jimenez. We go to the top half of this third. The Red Sox have left 3 runners on base through the first 2 frames against the right-hander Jerron Watts-Brown, and they'll look to cut into the lead as the top of their lineup swings back around Homer Bush, who grounded out to third base to lead off this game. A right-hand hitter steps back into the batter's box. The first pitch, and Homer swings and lines it back to the screen, a foul ball. Bush has been aggressive as of late, swinging early and often, as he saw just 2 pitches in his first at-bat. Swung at both of them. The 0-1, a fastball that misses high at 93 miles an hour, a 1-1 count on Bush. Feels like a trend. Homer yesterday made multiple first pitch outs, and it feels like something he's been doing a lot of, Carlo, in recent games. A 1-1 count to him. He swings at it and lifts it foul along the right field line to count 1-2.
He was hitting so well ahead of the 9-game hitting streak going, and it's kind of tapered off as of late, and you wonder if he's maybe pushing a little bit, anything that seems close.
1-2, a swing and a miss, a slider running away. Jerron Watts-Brown strikes out his third hitter, had 2 in the second, including consecutive ones after Gonzalez finished that frame with a K. Bush starts the third with a strikeout. And Woody Hayden, who singled in his first at-bat as a YD Red Sox back in the first, will try to keep those vibes going. With 1 away, Red Sox trailing 3-0 here in the top half of the third. Switch hitter batting left. First pitch, breaking ball that misses away.
Him and Hayden shot almost load up the exact same. The way they keep their elbows in, 2 and 4 hitters, very similar.
No balls in a strike. Taken up and in. Did it clip him? It clipped something on its way back to the chest protector of the home plate umpire, Mark Delaney. He seems to be okay. The catcher, Josiah Cromwick, will walk about halfway out to the mound before tossing the ball back to give the umpire an extra second. Hadeen is a bit of a media darling in terms of how players often are, especially at this stage in their career. He doesn't shy away from the cameras. In fact, he chooses to be in front of them more often than not. Woody's got a YouTube page where he talks about baseball, and he's fairly popular. The 1-1 is a breaking ball that misses a little away. Baseball account is called Baseball Junkie on YouTube, where he gives tips and how-tos and breaks down gear. It's the 2-1 misses up and away. Rather, to check that, the 3-1, and it's ball 4 to Hadeen. Count on the scoreboard was wrong, and Woody Hadeen has reached in both of his first 2 at-bats as a Red Sox, a 1-out base runner after the walk for Braden Montgomery.
On base percentage still holding at a nice 1,000.
Inserted right into the 2-hole in this lineup on his first day on Cape Cod. He got here late last night, and he's gotten aboard in both his at-bats. Here's Montgomery, switch hitter batting left. First pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup in the dirt. Montgomery didn't really mean to, but he went around, and the count 0-1. Weak swing there from Braden, who popped out to the shortstop, Alex Mooney, his first at-bat. Going back to Hadeen in that YouTube account that he's got, he had one video that got 174,000 views, Carlo. No balls in a strike. Montgomery taps it foul back to the backstop, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes on the Stanford two-way standout with a runner on first here in the top half of the 3rd inning with 1 out. Red Sox trailing 3-0 here in Falmouth.
I gotta ask Woody how he gets so many views.
Woody also had some coverage on the home of America's pastime recently. 0-2. High fastball. The count now 1-2 as Montgomery watches that one in. He won, as we talked about in the first inning, the MVP of the Appalachian League All-Star game. And as a result, because MLB Network was broadcasting that game, he got to do an interview on their airwaves. 1-2, he goes. And Montgomery puts it in the air, out to right center field, hit fairly well. Pinckney going back, a long way back to the warning track. It bangs off the fence. To third and heading home is Hadeen, and heading all the way to third with a headfirst dive on a triple is Braden Montgomery. An RBI 3 bagger for the Stanford standout. He stands at third base with an RBI, and the Red Sox back in this game. It's 3-1. Falmouth still leading. And he didn't miss a home run by much, really to the deepest part of the ballpark, all the way out in right center. Hit off one of those advertisements on the maroon fencing. And Hadeen's shot with 1 out has a chance to drive home another run. He drove home the Red Sox lone run last night. First pitch to him, and the left-handed hitter takes inside a fastball.
And heads up base running there by Hadeen. He had to hold up at second, Sam, but started turning around the bag before that ball landed. He had a good read on it and was able to come home with ease.
1 ball, no strikes, and a half swing and a miss on a fastball running inside on shot. We hadn't yet gotten a chance to really see Woody run, but he was flying around the base paths and scored easily. 1 ball, 1 strike on shot. Runner on third, 1 out. Here it comes. And a changeup that misses a little outside. Check that. A late called strike by Mark Delaney, and the count 1-2. Shot, the Columbia Lion with locks of blonde hair flowing out from underneath his helmet. Watches a 1-2. Here it comes, and it's bounced foul out towards the Falmouth dugout. And with his red high socks hiked up to his knees, he'll continue fighting and trying to bring Montgomery home from third after his RBI triple. Red Sox still trailing, but it's 3-1 now here in the 3rd. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. A slider running back towards Hayden Schott's back foot. He swung over top of it. That's the 2nd out, and a key strikeout for Jerron Watts-Brown, pinning Montgomery at third now with 2 out. It'll take a base hit off the bat of Caden Connor to drive him home. Connor struck out leading off the 2nd. Another left-hand hitter for Watts-Brown to deal with. That strikeout of Schott was his 4th.
You talk about all these lefties in a row, pair of switch hitters, then 3 lefties. Watts Brown has actually been better against left-handed hitters this summer, Sam. Left-handed hitters hitting 159 against him. Righties hit 230. Stark difference.
First one to Connor is a ground ball the other way towards short. The backhanded stop by Mooney. Long throw across is in time by a step, gets Caden Connor and retires this side. The RBI triple off the bat of Braden Montgomery cuts into this Falmouth lead. And after the top half of the third, the Commodores lead the Red Sox 3-1 on the YD Red Sox Radio Network.
MP Sports Cards is proud to sponsor the Kids Baseball Clinics. For your sports card collector, be sure to stop by and check out the latest releases, graded cards, supplies, and more. A local favorite for hobby enthusiasts across Massachusetts. And, of course, your Cape Cod Baseball League. Stop in our store and mention code Red Sox to get one free pack of 2022 Topps Baseball Update. With any purchase, some exclusions apply. Visit us at 71 Main Street in Carver, Massachusetts, or online at mpsportscards.com. The Red Sox get a tally on the board in the top of the third. They'll look to keep it a 2-run game, and Sam Lebowitz is here to talk all about it.
Well, the Red Sox will try to keep this game exactly where it is, a 3-1 Falmouth lead here in the bottom of the third with a new arm on the mound, and something we figured today with Ivan Romero, his piggyback partner on the mound out of Washington State. It's Grant Taylor, another right-handed pitcher. Taylor, who has made 6 appearances for the Red Sox, all starts. Looks like he'll get the bulk through the middle of these innings so long as he's effective. The right-hander pitching to a 2.58 ERA across 24 and a third innings with 37 strikeouts. And Grant has had kind of an odd season because, especially going back to that last start for him, coming against Wareham on July the 22nd, kind of indicative of the problems he's had. The walks occasionally an issue for Grant. He had 15 walks overall this season. In that outing, Grant went 3 innings, did not allow a hit or a run, but the pitch count was driven up because he walked 4 and struck out 6. It was really an either-or, either a walk or a strikeout, it felt like, for Taylor. 2-3-4 to face him in this Falmouth order. Commodores trying to extend a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the third. Here's Kobe Halter. And the first pitch to him is a curveball that drops in for a called strike. 4-pitch mix for Taylor. Fastball, slider, change, and a curve. Throw all of them rather evenly in terms of how often we normally see guys and their mixes. 0-1 is rolled up the first baseline and foul. The clinch scenario for the Red Sox was going to require either a tie or a loss for Brewster and a Red Sox win, as the division lead has shrunk to 6 points with 3 to play after this game, game 41 of 44. And after Brewster got ahead 8-0 on Harwich, things are a little dicier over there as the 0-2 is a fastball that misses low. 1-2 to Kobe Halter, who singled and was caught stealing his first time. Brewster still needs just 1 out to get against the Mariners at Stony Brook Elementary, but it's 5-8 now in that game in the top of the 9th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a foul tip held by Gonzalez for strike 3. So Grant Taylor picks up a strikeout on his first batter. As Halter is set aside for the first time. Ivan Romero did not strike out a batter across his 2 innings of work to start this game. Gave up 2 walks, 3 hits, all singles, and the 3 runs on the scoreboard. Only 2 of those earned. Here's Jace Borfin, who walked and scored. First pitch curveball rides high. Red Sox will probably, in all likelihood, with Brewster up 3 with 1 out to get in that game in Brewster, will likely need to win this game to keep pace. 1-0. Fastball for a called strike. The count 1-1 on Borfin. If the Red Sox lose and Brewster wins with 3 games left in the season, it would be a 4-point lead for YD. That lead was 11 points coming out of the All-Star break. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. A slider running down and in. But Brewster, it seems like every time the Red Sox lost, seems like they've made up ground. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're 3-1 coming out of the All-Star break. The Red Sox 0-4. 1-2 is swung on and missed. A curveball in the dirt. Gonzalez, the catcher, applies the tag. Back-to-back strikeouts for Grant Taylor of Kobe Halter and Jace Borfin. And that's how the 3rd inning starts, with the Red Sox trailing 3-1 here in the bottom half of this 3rd. Grant Taylor out of the bullpen has struck out his first 2 hitters.
And things have gone final at Stony Brook Field, so no opportunity for YD to clinch today. Brewster comes away with the 8-5 win over Harwich.
The Red Sox effectively just need to win once before the end of the season to secure themselves first place, as the first pitch home to Andrew Pinckney, right-hand hitter, is a called strike, a fastball. A win would basically, even if Brewster's able to even up the standings eventually, it would prevent them from going ahead of YD at all and create a scenario where there could only be a tie if the Red Sox don't win outright. 0-1, a curveball that drops in for a called strike.
That tie would be settled in the final game of the summer when the 2 teams face off at Red Wilson Field.
That last game of the season could wind up mattering, even though the Red Sox had a large lead in the division. 0-2. Fastball that misses off the plate. Count 1-2 on Pinckney, who had a single his first time through. It was an infield single. Play that the Red Sox probably could have recorded an out on, but the shortstop, Woody Hadian, was unable to get a strong throw off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A slashed foul on the right field line. Watch out of the bleachers down past the Falmouth bullpen. It bangs off the metal seating. Count remains 1-2 on Andrew Pinckney. So things have gotten dicey atop this Eastern Division that the Red Sox looked like they had plenty of room atop for a long time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taken just a little bit low. Pinckney letting a curveball go, and the count 2-2 on the right-hand hitter.
And with that Harwich loss, Chatham with a win tonight against Bourne, a scorching hot Bourne team, can move into playoff contention.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Checks his swing on a ball in the dirt. Check over at first, and no swing, says John Shaheen. The count runs full on Pinckney.
The good news for the Red Sox is, Sam, they're not playing for their season, unlike the rest of the division. The Brewster's created some separation, but if you're Harwich, Orleans, or Chatham, you're playing for your season this last 4 games.
Red Sox, of course, already having their playoff spot clinched. 3-2 on Pinckney, 2 out, nobody on. Taken away for ball 4, a walk from Taylor to Pinckney, who works from 0-2 to take a walk with 2 away.
And exactly what you talked about, introducing Grant Taylor, his last outing, it seemed like there were 2 outcomes, a strikeout or a walk. He's faced 3 batters, struck out 2, walked 1.
We'll have a pinch hitter here for Peyton Stovall. Not sure what's going on there, but looks like Anthony McKenzie out of Sam Houston State will slide into the left-hand batter's box for Stovall. Try to get an explanation on that if it's injury related. Hopefully not. Stovall replaced the left-hand hitter, McKenzie, with a runner on first 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Switch hitter batting left. First pitch to him, a curveball that misses inside. .217 the batting average for Anthony McKenzie with a homer, 8 driven in across 26 games. He's got hits in 7 of his last 9 played to raise his batting average, hitting .320 in that span. Throw over to first, and a Pinckney dives head first safe. Red Sox trailing 3-1 here in the bottom half of the third at Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth with a runner on first, 2 outs. Taylor sets above the belt. The 1-0 is a fastball in for a called strike over the inside corner. So Stovall took a walk his first at-bat. He's now out of this game. McKenzie is an infielder. He'll probably slide in exactly where Stovall was playing in the field at second base. Taylor peers in. He'll check on Pinckney again at first. Again, a head-first dive, and again, Pinckney back in there safely. Infield shifts to the right on McKenzie. The shortstop, Woody Hadeen, is playing a couple steps to the second base side of second. Zach Liu, the second baseman, is playing with his heels on the grass in shallow right. Taylor peers in a 1-1. Runner going, swing and a miss on a pitch low. The throw down by Gonzalez. The tag not in time. Close play, but the throw took Woody Hadeen to the shortstop side of second, and when he reached back, Pinckney's foot had already reached the pillow. Stolen base for Andrew Pinckney. That's his 10th stolen base of the summer.
And now after back-to-back strikeouts, Sam, a runner in scoring position for this Falmouth team.
Who lead 3-1, a chance to extend that with a 2-out hit from McKenzie. Pinckney leads at second with 2 out. The 1-2. Checked his swing on a ball in the dirt. Gonzalez tags him, but they're going to say he didn't swing. Mark Furtado, the third base umpire, throws his hands to either side in a safe call. And McKenzie successfully checked his swing. The Red Sox chirping a little out of the dugout. And Mark Delaney takes a few steps towards the third base dugout. Maybe a warning given by Delaney. Red Sox saying no one's even said anything. Just kind of jeering the field umpire on that check swing call. Runner on second, 3-1 Falmouth, bottom third, 2 balls, 2 strikes to McKenzie. On its way, a pitch in the dirt, a curveball, good block by Fernando Gonzalez. And the count runs full on McKenzie. And again, from getting ahead in the count, Grant Taylor works it full on the mound.
You remember last time the Red Sox visited Gov Fuller Field, 4 stolen bases by Falmouth led to 2 of their 3 runs. So the running game was a big part of their success.
Pinckney kind of started and stopped from second on that last pitch. He leads at second with 2 out. A full count to McKenzie. And they will fake back to second. No throw by Taylor, and Pinckney's back standing. The shortstop, Woody Hadeen, is playing close to the bag to hold the runner on with his black jersey, Falmouth across the front in maroon. Maroon socks hiked up to his knees. Holds his batting gloves in his right hand and leading at second. Taylor peers into Gonzalez, gets the sign. 3-2 out, runner on second. Grant deals, and it misses high for ball 4. Another walk with 2 out for Grant Taylor. More of the same from that last start. He struck out the first 2 in this outing and has walked the next 2. And he'll have to work out of a 2-out jam with Drew Brutcher, left-hand hitter who has the biggest hit in this game, to hit with 2 out and 2 on. Brutcher came to the plate in the first inning with the bases loaded and 2 out, lined a single to center. Would have scored 2, instead scored 3 as it skirted by the center fielder Homer Bush. Pinckney runs well at second. McKenzie does as well over at first. With 2 out, Taylor out of the stretch. Left-hand hitting Brutcher. He peers in. First pitch is swung on and fouled back to the on-deck circle where Jacob Walsh makes a one-handed catch with his batting glove on the high hop.
Brecher's been the best Commodore with runners in scoring position all summer. In his 32 at-bats, he's knocked in 13 RBIs, hitting above 330. So this is the guy you want at the plate if you're Falmouth with a runner in scoring position.
263 hitter overall. The RBIs were 14 and 15. The third one he didn't get an RBI credited for because of the error. No balls and a strike with 2 on 2 out. Pinckney getting a big lead at second, and they picked him off. The throw almost gets away, and the shortstop, Hayden, has to go to a knee to secure it, and heading into third safely with a head-first dive is Pinckney. Hayden never got rid of the baseball.
It was a terrific play by Hayden just to keep that ball in the infield.
It looked like as soon as Taylor spun to fire to second, Pinckney just broke towards third. And now runners at the corners as the throw was not a good one from Grant on an 0-1 count to Brecher. I think you'll give Pinckney another stolen base, his 11th and second of the inning. 0-1 to Brecher. Taken down the middle, a slider that kind of spun over the inside corner. And the count is 0-2 on the left-handed hitting outfielder out of the University of South Florida. And they will give a stolen base on that to Pinckney. 0-2 to Brecher, has struck out 39 times in 34 games played this summer. Runners on the corners. A nice sized lead for McKenzie at first with 2 out. 0-2 Falmouth leads 3-1. Here it comes. Rolled on the ground, right side of the infield. Cut off in the shift by Hayden, the shortstop. His throw to first is in time. A nice play there by Woody Hayden to cover some ground on the infield dirt and make the third out of the inning on the ground ball off the bat of Drew Brecher. 2 stranded at runners at the corners for the Commodores here in the bottom of the third. We head to the fourth. Falmouth leading 3-1, and Carlo Jimenez will take you through the meat of this one. Hey, Sox fans, have you ever thought about buying or selling a home? Emily Szymanski of the Salty Dog Group is your pet-friendly neighborhood realtor. As part of the team at the Kelly Williams Realty of Cape Cod and the Islands, Emily is your go-to resource for home buying and selling. Call Emily Szymanski at 508-221-0196 or visit thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. The Red Sox trailing 3-1 as we enter the top half of the fourth. And here to take you through it with the play-by-play, the consummate professional as always, Carlo Jimenez.
Appreciate it so much, Sam. Thank you. Red Sox are trying to end a 4-game slide, and it starts with Mike Bovey, the left-handed batter. 6-7-8 for the YD Red Sox, facing on Jerron Watts-Brown, who begins his 4th inning of work. First pitch up. Bovey looks at a fastball at the knees for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to him. Bovey singled his last time up, reached second, but was left stranded there. 0-1 to the plate. Slider nicks the inside edge. No balls and 2 strikes. Bovey's bat levitating over his left shoulder. Watts-Brown kicks 0-2 home. In the dirt, he spikes the fastball. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sun starting to set behind us here at Gov Fuller Field. The bleachers down the right field line in the sun. 1-2. Bovey takes a fastball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out, nobody on. 3-1. YD trails the Falmouth Commodores. Very lengthy, dark clouds hang overhead in right field, but none in left. It's a beautiful Saturday night. Bleachers are full in right and down the third baseline. Mark Delaney brushes off home plate, looking towards catcher Cromwick, making sure he's all right. And now we might get a visit from the training staff. Josiah Cromwick, the Oregon catcher with the bright yellow and green cleats, is having a conversation. Not sure if you saw what happened, Sam. I didn't catch. Maybe if two balls were in the dirt, and you wonder maybe they caught Cromwick somewhere unpleasant.
Maybe got the wind knocked out of him. We saw Fernando Gonzalez in warm-ups prior to an inning last night, later in that game, take one off the upper part of the chest protector on the lower part of his neck.
2-2. Bovey takes ball 3 away. Changeup misses. And the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bovey trying to reach.
Seems fine.
3-2. And he swings at a high fastball, uppercuts one into shallow center field, right behind second base. The shortstop, Mooney, with his heels on the outfield grass, makes the catch. There's one away. So Bovey sat down and ends the right-handed bat, Zach Liu. It ends the 5 straight lefties in a row for the Whitey Red Sox in the lineup. 3 runs in the bottom of the first for Falmouth. They have a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 4th with 1 out. First pitch. Zach Liu pops one up, first baseline, chasing it Cromwick as it lands just a couple feet behind the netting. And a young fan goes racing after it in a Dodgers uniform. And he comes up with a baseball with a smile on his face. Falmouth looking for their first win this summer against YD. 0-1. And Liu went around, according to Mark Delaney. Ball skipped in the dirt. Liu tried to hold up, and the YD dugout can't believe it. And now third base umpire Mark Furtado looks at Scott Pickler, tells him to keep his dugout quiet. Red Sox that endured a lot of agony as of late. 4 straight losses, the longest losing streak of the summer. 0-2. Liu takes low. Fastball at 92. Off the outer edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Have not lost 5 in a row in 6 years. 1-2. Fastball high. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out and the base is empty. A runner aboard brings the tying run to the plate. 2-2. Liu taps one foul straight back towards the on-deck circle. And working a long at-bat here with Jerron Watts-Brown, who sprinted through the first frame through just 7 pitches. Liu is 3 for his last 11 after starting the summer 1 for 25. 2-2. And he bounces one up the middle on 2 hops, charging the shortstop Mooney. He gloves, throws to first in time. Alex Mooney flashing some leather on a quick exchange. There's 2 gone.
Nice play by Mooney there on a short hop pick that he picked up on the run. A nice quick transfer and toss. Liu, tough when you have a strike thrown out against you on a middling check swing call like had happened on that second strike there. Easy to lose focus, but he had a nice job to work back in that count.
Lefty Robbie Burnett takes a big hack at the first pitch and misses the changeup. No balls and 1 strike. Not a lot of wind here at Gov Fuller Field. The flag down the right field line is still 0-1. Burnett looks at a fastball that misses low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-1, Falmouth leads YD. Final regular season matchup between these two, 1-1. Burnett takes curveball for a strike. Just catches the bottom of the zone. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Burnett chases another curve and strikes out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jerron Watts-Brown. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The YD unable to peel away at the 3-1 Falmouth lead. Commodores will be looking to balloon their advantage when we return.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops and first responders who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of the program, the Waddy Red Sox and all Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This weekly special celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by Zephyr Hats, the Massachusetts State Lottery, and OT Sports. Support our troops and first responders and join us by wearing red each Friday. Red Sox trailing 3-1, bottom four coming up here in Falmouth. Commodores looking to extend their lead, and Carlo Jimenez is on for the play-by-play.
Thank you so much, Sam Lebowitz. It's the bottom of the lineup for the Falmouth Commodores. The 7, 8, 9 spots starts with the lefty Jacob Walsh to face the righty Grant Taylor as we have a Pac-12 matchup. The Washington State Cougar against the Oregon Duck. Taylor in the shadows, peeks over the top of his black glove. The pitch. Swinging a high fly ball down the left field line, curling away from the left fielder. Shot, it one-hops the wall. On to second, on his feet is Jacob Walsh. He holds there as the throw in from the left fielder shot cut off. And there's a runner at second, a lead-off double to begin the bottom of the fourth.
From Oregon, number 12, Josiah Cromwell.
Right-handed batter wearing the bright green Oregon cleats. Holds the bat over the right shoulder. Taylor looks at second and fakes a throw that way. And back on his feet is Jacob Walsh. The double for Walsh, his 5th of the summer. Taylor, right arm dangles by his side, brings ball to glove, just belly button high. First pitch home is a fastball at the top of the zone for a strike. No balls in 1 strike. Falmouth 3, YD 1. Bottom of the 4th inning in the final regular season matchup between these two. If the Red Sox can mount a comeback win, it would be their first regular season sweep over the Commodores since 2016. Taylor's 0-1. Curveball in the dirt. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fernando Gonzalez sliding to his right, using his Georgia catcher's gear to keep that ball in front of him. Shadows increasing on the infield, but at second in the sun is Jacob Walsh after his double. 1-1 at the plate. Curveball hit sharply on the ground, left side of the infield. Shortstop Hayden able to glove, moving to his left. He throws to first for the out. On to third goes Jacob Walsh. Josiah Cromwell with a productive out, moves the runner 90 feet closer. And with 1 away, it's the left-handed bat of Corey Collins.
From Georgia, number 25, Corey Collins.
And Sam, Hayden seems pretty comfortable over there at shortstop for the YD Red Sox today. He's made a couple of nice plays.
He looks solid over there, yeah, and the Red Sox could use a proven shortstop to slide in there.
Left-handed bat of Collins looks on. The infield is in with a runner at third and 1 out. First pitch to the 9-hole hitter is a curveball that finds the strike zone on the inner edge. No balls in 1 strike. 3-1 Falmouth leads, looking for more in the bottom of the 4th. Taylor, his first appearance out of the pen this summer. After the opener, Ivan Romero went 2 frames, giving up 3 runs. 0-1 to the plate. Fastball misses low and away. Snap back throw to third. Did they get him? In time. Mark Furtado says yes. And Fernando Gonzalez clears the bases as he catches Jacob Walsh off the bag. There's 2 away.
He's done it before. He'll do it any chance you give him. With a runner on third and an open right-hand batter's box, Fernando Gonzalez is such an excellent catcher, both on the catch and the throw, showing it every time. That was an outstanding play.
Defense in their regular position, 1-1, and a swinging a high foul ball down the left field line and into somebody's backyard. Fastball from Taylor, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Georgia catcher. Collins tried to bunt his last time up, popped it up to his Georgia teammate Fernando Gonzalez behind the plate. Bases cleared, 2 outs, 3-1. Falmouth leads on a gorgeous Saturday night as time is called at the plate. No wind, lights have yet to turn on Host Family Appreciation Night here at Gov Fuller Field. Many families with their lawn chairs on the hill and right. 1-2. Fastball skips in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Shift in play for the Whitey Red Sox. Haydeen, the shortstop, is to the right of second. Lou in the hole as he twirls the glove in his right hand. And the third baseman, Bovey, the temporary shortstop with 2 strikes, playing off the line. Taylor's 2-2. Fastball high. Fernando Gonzalez, the catcher, nods his head a couple of times. That's where he wanted that pitch. Just unable to get Corey Collins to bite, and a full count. The third full count that Grant Taylor has worked through. He's faced 8 batters. Trying to face the minimum here in the 4th. 3-2. And a swing and a high fly ball into right center field. Back is Bush. He's looking up. It one-hops the wall. On his way to second, Corey Collins is there standing. Bush's throw is cut off. And it's the second double of the inning, the 6th of the summer for the 9-hole hitter, who produces with 2 away. And Sam, you think about the leadoff double by Walsh. How big is that? Caught off the bag by Fernando Gonzalez. Saves a run.
It absolutely saved a run, similar to how Gonzalez, when he threw out Kobe Halter trying to steal in the first inning, probably saved a run for YD. Again, using his arm as a weapon for YD in defense of his pitchers, who have not had the finest stuff tonight.
Taylor looking for that final out. 3-1, Falmouth leads, runner at second. Right into bat of Mooney looks in, and Grant bluffs a throw back to second. Alex Mooney is 0 for 2 today. The senior out of Duke. Mooney going into the All-Star game was red hot, hitting .407, and he had a 6-game hitting streak going. First pitch to him, and he looks at a fastball in the dirt. Gonzalez able to block it with the glove. 1 ball and no strikes. Since the All-Star break, though, it's been a different story for the Blue Devil. 3 for his last 20. He's played in nearly every game for this Falmouth team. 39 of 41 this summer. Blonde hair flowing out of the back of his black helmet, the stirrups pulled up to the bottom of his knees. Taylor looks at second, 1 out of the plate. Is a slider away. 2 balls and no strikes, and Grant Taylor falling behind. He's talking to Grant after his last start, Sam. And we talked about how he was wearing Jordans in his last start. I called them 16s, they're 11s. Corrected me. Rightfully so. Still cool, nonetheless.
They're good shoes.
Closed off stance, the 2-0. Curveball, Mooney chops one left side of the infield on 1 hop, scooping it up the third baseman. Bovey guns one across the diamond, and there's the 3rd out of the bottom of the 4th. 2 hits, both doubles, but none come across. A great pickoff throw by Fernando Gonzalez, and we head to the 5th. No score. In the bottom of the 4th, it's 3-1. Falmouth leads YD.
Red Sox baseball brought to you by Giardino's Family Restaurant, a Cape Cod tradition. Same family and location for 52 years. Giardino's is part of the community, giving back to many organizations. As part of that recognition, a Yarmouth Little League field is named in memory of their dad, who founded the business in 1970. Giardino's. Give them a try. You will come back at 242 Main Street on Route 28 in West Yarmouth, or visit Giardino'sFamilyRestaurant.com. Top 5, 3-1 Falmouth. For the play-by-play, Carlo Jimenez.
Thank you so much, Sam Lebowitz. Fernando Gonzalez, right-handed batter, looks on. First pitch to him is a slider for a strike as it nicks the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. 9-1-2 due up for the Whitey Red Sox, who trail by 2 runs in their final regular season matchup with the Commodores. 0-1. Gonzalez takes a fastball low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fernando struck out swinging with 2 on and 2 out. Back in the second. Whitey's lone run coming in the third. 1-1. Gonzalez looks at a fastball above the strike zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Gonzalez with a shin protector on that left leg stands in the batter's box. 2-1, and he rips one foul down the right field line. Count levels, 2 balls, 2 strikes. An absolutely gorgeous Saturday night here at Falmouth. Flag is quiet down the right field line. 2-2. Gonzalez swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, but it gets away from the catcher, Cromwick. He races over towards the on-deck circle of YD and cannot pick it up cleanly. And Gonzalez reaches on the wild pitch on a swinging strike 3.
Well, any break you can get if you're the Red Sox, you'll take. On a 4-game losing streak, down 2 runs in the middle innings here, a leadoff base runner, any way you can get it, you'll take. Now at the top of the order up, Homer Bush will try to keep this going for YD. Bush
represents the tying run in a 3-1 Falmouth lead in the top of the 5th. Haven't seen Homer hit the ball awfully hard this summer. His 1 extra base hit coming yesterday. First pitch to him. The right-handed batter looks at a fastball up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Some clouds down the right field line with dark underbellies, but no threat of rain here in Falmouth. 1-0 to Homer. He swings and foul taps one into the glove of Cromwick. 92 on the radar gun. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Red Sox are trying to avoid losing 5 in a row for the first time since 2016. They did win the championship that summer. Bush chokes up. 1-1. And he swings and cranks one into left center field. That drops for a base hit. On 1 hop, the center fielder Pinckney gloves and throws to third. Fernando Gonzalez holds it second. And 2 on and nobody out. The tying runs are on the base path for the new guy, Woody Hayden.
And we'll see exactly if Coach Pickler wants to put a bunt down here with 2 on and nobody out. It feels like Hayden's kind of the kind of guy who can handle the bat, get a bunt down if he needs to.
Hayden is 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single. Left-handed batter looks on. Watts Brown deals. He shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. Curveball catches the bottom of the zone. Gonzalez at second does not have great speed. Behind him, though, Homer Bush Jr. has the best base stealing speed on Cape. He's at first. 2 on, nobody out, top 5, 3-1 Falmouth. 0-1, Hayden shows bunt again and tips it. In the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Looked like that tip got into the glove of Cromwick. Lights have turned on here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Say that 5 times fast. Hayden's bat levitates over his left shoulder. 2 on, nobody out, the 0-2. And he takes strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Curveball catches the zone. And Woody Hayden is down looking. His first strikeout as a batter this summer. And that is strikeout number 7 for Jerron Watts-Brown. And a big one, Sam. It puts 1 out on the board with the tying runs on the base paths. 3-1 Falmouth leads. Here's the switch hitter, Braden Montgomery, batting from the left side.
It's the guy you want up. Almost homered his last time up with that RBI triple. Go ahead, run at the plate.
Jerron Watts-Brown steps off. Somebody is up and warming in the Falmouth pen. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year at the plate. Tripled his last time up to bring home the lone run for YD. First pitch. Fastball misses low and away. Shedding the mask. Cromwick reveals the big Oregon O on the back of his helmet as he was able to keep that ball in front of him, sliding to his left. Nolan Moore is warming up, the left-handed pitcher out of Lafayette for Falmouth. Down the right field line, the bullpens here at Gov Fuller Field are in the field to play. 1-0. Montgomery rips one right towards him on the ground, foul. And Moore tried to snare it with the glove, but it skips on by him, and he goes back to warming up. They're in foul territory down the right field line. Shadows have engulfed the field here in Falmouth, the final regular season matchup between these two teams. YD trying to sweep the Commodores. 1-1. Montgomery swings and lifts one into left center field. Going back to the center fielder, Pinckney on the jog. He makes the catch. Gonzalez trying to tag. Pinckney's throw on a line, and Fernando thinks better of it and heads back to second base. There's two gone. A fantastic throw by Pinckney, showing off that arm in center. That ball was on a line right at the third baseman, Colby Halter. And here's Hayden Schott.
And Braden Montgomery didn't miss that one by a lot. He hit it well. He waited nicely on an off-speed pitch, a curveball on the outer part of the plate, and went with it. Hit it to the opposite field. It just didn't carry much for him. And Pinckney made the catch about 20 paces in front of the fence in left center.
So here's the left-handed bat of Hayden Schott out of Columbia. Jerron Watts-Brown looks at second, takes a double look. First pitch home. Fastball misses inside. 92. And the count, 1 no strikes. 3-1, Falmouth leads YD. We're in the top of the fifth. Gonzalez reached on a wild pitch on a swinging strike 3. Homer Bush Jr. singled into center. 2 on, 2 out. 1-0. Schott slaps one foul down the left field line. Another fastball, and the count, 1 strike.
Hayden's got hits in each of his first 5 games for YD, and you'd love for him to get a piece of something here, especially like he did in his first game with YD, that 416-foot homer he hit back in South Yarmouth.
Has a ton of power from the left side, 1-1. And he swings and tops this one to second. Ranging back the second baseman, Stovall, he can't get it. It bounces by him. Gonzalez rounding third, coming home. The throw from the right fielder, Butcher. Not in time. Fernando Gonzalez beats it out, and the YD Red Sox cut the lead in half. It's 3-2 on the RBI knock from Hayden Schott.
Just a bouncing ball that the second baseman couldn't handle, and you'll take it if you're the Red Sox. The high bounce just got through the tip of the glove. And anything right now for the Red Sox, just like the wild pitch to start this inning, you'll take on the 4-game losing streak. You take what you give them. We talked about it pregame. Any mistake, the Red Sox got to take advantage, and that's a big 2-out RBI for Hayden Schott.
So here's Caden Connor with the tying run at second, the go-ahead at first, and an opportunity for YD after trailing 3-0, surrendering 3 runs in the bottom of the first to even this one up with 2 outs. Great speed at second and Homer Bush Jr. First pitch to lefty Caden Connor. He takes a fastball that bounces home, and the count 1 no strikes. Hayden Schott continues to produce, Sam. He's now, we can call it a hitting streak, I think. 6 games with a hit. He's got a hit every time he's played.
I think so, too. He's driven in runs in now 4 of the 6 he's played in. It's his 5th RBI overall.
We were talking to him before the game, asked him what the secret was to his good performance. 1-0. Caden Connor takes a slider that misses low and in. 2 no strikes, and today it is host family appreciation night at Falmouth, and Hayden was very appreciative of his host mom, who makes him coffee every single morning.
That's the life, Carlo.
It is. He says his host mom makes him about enough coffee for 10 people, so he had 5 cups this morning. 1-0 to Caden Connor. And he swings and grounds one to first. The first baseman Walsh charging. He gloves it himself, jogs to the bag, and does it by himself. 1 run on the board on a Hayden Schott RBI single. 2 hits, One comes across, 2 left on. We're halfway home here at Gov Fuller Field. It's 3-2. Falmouth leads YD.
Hey business owners, is your website generating the leads and sales that you want it to? If not, contact Devidime, the official web development company of the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. Devidime offers a comprehensive website audit that will identify ways to improve your site and increase your ROI. Check out devidime.com to learn more. The Red Sox have cut the Commodores lead from 3-0 to 3-2 now as we're halfway through this ballgame. Bottom 5 coming up. And to take you on the play-by-play here at Gov Fuller Field is Carlo Jimenez.
Thanks so much, Sam Lebowitz. If you hear the oohs and the ahs, they just had a T-shirt throwing competition here at Gov Fuller Field. Unfortunately, we set up in the wrong spot. No T-shirts for us. Maybe someday, Sam.
Maybe someday.
Maybe
Carlo.
someday. I'd love a T-shirt. Bottom of the 5th inning is right now 3-2. The Falmouth Commodores lead the Whitey Red Sox as Colby Halter, Jace Borfin, and Andrew Pinkney are all due up. 2-3-4 for the Falmouth Commodores, looking to beat the YD Red Sox for the first time in the summer of 2022. YD 3-0 against this Commodore team. A win today would be their first sweep against Falmouth in the summer regular season since 2016. Taylor looks on. He exhales. First pitch down the hill. Fastball at the knees. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. And Sam, it hasn't been the smoothest outing for Grant Taylor, but he's facing 2 batters back-to-back to begin the 5th who he struck out. See if he can repeat that. 0-1 from the Washington State Cougar. And a swing and a high fly ball foul down the left field line. Back behind some plants. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
There's been some walks, obviously the 2 doubles in the last inning against him, but catcher Fernando Gonzalez with that key pickoff play to prevent a run from scoring. He's been able to keep guys away from home plate, which is really what matters despite the traffic.
0-2 to Halter. And he swings and pops one up foul just behind the netting. The field masqueraded in the shade. Some sunlight down the right field line in foul territory and in the bleachers. No wind on a partly cloudy, beautiful Saturday night here in Falmouth, Massachusetts. We're in the bottom of the 5th, 3-2 Falmouth leads. 0-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Grant Taylor sits down Colby Halter via the K for the 2nd time. That's his 3rd strikeout. And here's Jace Borfin.
Pretty good guy to have his number if you're Grant Taylor. Colby Halter is one of the more dangerous hitters in this league with his 7 homers, leading all active players on Cape Cod. Grant Taylor struck him out twice tonight.
Left-handed bat of Jace Borfin looks on with the bases empty and 1 out. Borfin had a 6-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday. He's 0 for 1 today. Pitch to him, and the lefty appraises a strike knee high. 89 on the radar, no balls and 1 strike. Mark Delaney behind the plate, Sam. Never in a rush to call those strikes.
Never.
Taylor peeks over the top of the black glove, reveals his full beard, deals an 0-1, and paints the strike zone. No balls and 2 strikes. It's got to be the best beard on Cape.
It's a strong beard. It's dark. It's filled in nicely. There's no gaps in it. The edges are nice and clean. As a beard haver, somewhat of an authority on this, I think I am. And Grant Taylor's got a great beard.
Looking for back-to-back strikeouts to begin the 5th. 0-2. Curveball. Just misses. Above the zone, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jace Borfin. Borfin walked and scored back in the first, part of that 3-run first inning for Falmouth. But goose eggs across the board since then. Their lead has been cut to 1, 3-2. Here's the 1-2, and it's a slider low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, Falmouth leads YD. YD with singletons in the 3rd and the 5th. Black barrel on the bat of Borfin looking for his first knock. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He chases another curve and strikes out for the 2nd time today. Grant Taylor has struck out just 2 batters, but he's done it twice. Give him 4 strikeouts. Here's Andrew Pinckney.
An identical start that he had in the 3rd here in this 5th inning with K's to both Halter and Borfin. He'll try to get through this 3rd inning without the walks that ailed him in that 3rd frame. After the 2 strikeouts in that 3rd, he had back-to-back walks.
Opening offering to the righty, Pinckney, and he swings and misses. Slider. Pinckney goes fishing. Andrew's not been retired today. Singled and scored in the 1st, walked, stole 2 bases in the 3rd, did not come home to score. The maroon socks pulled up just below the kneecaps. Taylor's 0-1. Change up in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, 3-2. Falmouth leads YD with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Red Sox on a 4-game free fall. They have not won since the All-Star break. Trying to change that. 1-1. Slider drops in for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Falmouth Commodores are playing for that final playoff spot in the West Division today. Either they need to win or Wareham needs to lose. Taylor's 1-2. Fastball hit sharply on the ground, left side. Backhanded by the second baseman, Lou. In the hole. He throws to first. In time, they got him. Zach Lou showing off that right arm. 3 up, 3 down as Grant Taylor faces the minimum. We head to the 6th. YD looking for an opportunity to tie or possibly take the lead. It's 3-2, Falmouth.
We go to the 6th here at Gulf Fuller Field in beautiful Falmouth, Massachusetts on a gorgeous Saturday night. The Red Sox trailing the Commodores 3-2. A new arm on the mound, and ready to introduce you to him and take you through the play-by-play of this 6th frame is Carlo Jimenez.
Thank you so much, Sam Lebowitz. We welcome you to the 6th, 3-2. The Falmouth Commodores lead the YD Red Sox. Nolan Moore is the new arm, the left-handed pitcher out of Lafayette, making his 4th appearance of the summer out of the pen. In 5 2/3, he has allowed 3 earned runs. His most recent outing coming 4 days ago against Hyannis, went 3 innings, did pick up the win, and allowed 2 hits and 2 earned runs. YD Red Sox bring the tying run to the plate. Down a singleton. Mike Bovey, Zach Lou, Robbie Burnett all due up. 6, 7, 8 for YD. As the Red Sox face the lefty. First pitch from Moore. And the left-handed bat of Bovey looks at a slider that misses inside.
Or it might have been a fastball, not a hard thrower, just 84 on the gun.
The 1-0, Bovey swings and chops one foul, first base side. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Lafayette College, not a big athletic school, has only produced 1 big leaguer, current all-star for the Pirates, David Bednar.
1-1. Bovey takes a changeup and misses off the inner edge. 2 balls and 1 strike, 3-2. Falmouth leads YD. As we turn towards nighttime here at Gov Fuller Field. Moore likes the second side. 2-1. Bovey takes a changeup that drops in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The light's starting to turn on. There's 1 light post down the right field line that has yet to turn on. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Bovey chases a change and strikes out. First strikeout for Nolan Moore, and there's 1 away. Bednar, who is that all-star that Sam was talking about, actually was slated to be a Falmouth Commodore. But then, Sam, the draft came calling. Padres picked him in the 35th round. First pitch to the righty, Lou. He shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a fastball for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. And decided to go pro just 2 days into the Cape season. 0-1. Lou takes a fastball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-2. Falmouth leads. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 1 out, bases empty to Zach Lou, who walked in the second. He's 0 for 1. 1-1. And he swings and misses as he chases the curve. Moore only had 4 strikeouts through those first 3 outings. He's already got 1 through 1 batter, the 1-2. And Lou breaks his bat as he taps one down the first baseline foul. Doesn't chop it in half, but takes half the barrel off. Creates some firewood, and he'll look for a new piece of lumber. I don't think we've seen a bat break like that this summer, Sam. Seen a lot of them split in half, but the end of the barrel just coming off. It's a new one.
Just flaying the barrel, kind of just a splinter flying off of it.
Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter for Robbie Burnett on deck as Gunnar Antillian. 1 out, bases empty. Falmouth holding a 3-2 lead. YD has trimmed it from 3-0 to 3-2. 1-2. Lou takes. Change up away. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. And the base path's vacant as the clouds start to come overhead here in Falmouth. Moving from right to left across the sky. 2-2. Lou swings, belts one into left field, a base hit. Zach Lou has his first knock. He's got his 4th hit in his last 4 games. And starting to see the ball a lot better. The tying run is at first. The go-ahead comes to the plate. Here's Gunnar Antillian with 1 out in the top of the 6th.
A nice adjustment in that at-bat for Zach Lou after he had been out in front of those changeups in the at-bat. A swing and a miss. Then he stayed back enough to foul one off, and there stayed back nicely and drove it into left field for a single.
Gunnar Antillian very used to pinch hitting. He's done a lot of that this summer. This is now the 4th time in the last 5 games that Gunnar has come in to pinch hit. The other time he started. 3-2. Falmouth leads YD. Zach Lou, not a base stealing threat over there at first, but leads and represents the tying run. At the plate, Antillian, the go-ahead. Gunnar 4 for 17 in his small sample size this summer. First pitch to the righty, and he rears up and fouls one off towards the vacant on-deck circle of the Falmouth Commodores.
Again, out in front, that changeup. It's such an adjustment to these guys who are so used to seeing 90, 92 mile-an-hour fastballs and 85 or so mile-an-hour off-speed pitches. And you got to tone it back about 10 miles an hour on both against Moore.
0-1. Antillian takes a fastball low, 86 on the radar. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, and a 1-run lead for the Falmouth Commodores.
That 86 mile-an-hour fastball, the hardest fastball Moore has yet thrown, and the changeups have been sitting around 74 to 76. So you really got to sit back.
1-1. Antillian chops one off his left ankle and rolls it up the first baseline foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bleachers in right, filled up. There's more bleachers down that right field line. And over foul territory, people scattered there. And there's bleachers down the left field line that are full to the brim. A lot of fans out and about on this final Saturday night of the regular season. Hard to believe. Number 41, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Antillian chases a curveball in the dirt. On to second goes Zach Liu, but Mark Delaney calls a strikeout.
With first base occupied and less than 2 outs, Antillian can't have first base on a wild pitch, even on a strikeout there. Had there been 2 outs and he would have been the 3rd out, he could have run. But the rule is if the base is occupied prior to the pitch with less than 2 outs, then you can't try to run to first on a drop third strike.
There you go. A runner in scoring position. The tying run is in second. Here's the ready Fernando Gonzalez. First pitch. Gonzalez swings and misses through a changeup. Fernando struck out in both of his at-bats, but came around to score in the 5th. Reached first on a swinging strike 3, wild pitch. 3-2, Falmouth leads in the top of the 6th. Time is called at the plate. Gonzalez trying to move Zach Liu around, even this game up. Final regular season matchup between these two teams. Here's the 0-1. Gonzalez swings and slices one foul down the right field line. And it bounces onto the basketball courts. Down the right field line behind the Falmouth Police Station. There's a police station and a senior center right next to each other here at Gov Fuller Field. Down that right field line to the right of the foul pole, you can see the Falmouth Clippers, the old name of the Commodores, signed down that right field line. 0-2. Runner goes. Gonzalez takes a fastball away. Throw on to third. They got him. Zach Liu gunned down by Cromwick, and that ends the top of the 6th. 1 hit. Cromwick throws out a runner, and we are finished as Nolan Moore faces the minimum in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning coming our way here in the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. It is 3-2. Falmouth holds on to their skinny lead midway through 6.
Bottom 6 here in Falmouth. Red Sox trailing 3-2. Grant Taylor back out for another inning of relief. And here to take you through this bottom of the 6th, Carlo Jimenez on the play-by-play.
Thanks so much, Sam Lebowitz. As well, let's get you score updates around the Cape Cod Baseball League. We enter the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-2. The Falmouth Commodores lead the Whitey Red Sox. Anthony McKenzie, Drew Brutcher, Jacob Walsh all due up. 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Falmouth Commodores as they look to balloon their 1-run lead. I'll get you the scores right after this first pitch. Taylor deals, and the left-handed bat looks at a fastball high. One game has gone final. It started at 4 o'clock at Stony Brook Field, 8-5. Brewster wards off a late comeback by Harwich, who put up 5 runs in the 9th inning after trailing 8-0. 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed batter. Taylor kicks and deals. Curveball at the knees for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The one game that the Falmouth Commodores are watching, Wareham a 6-2 lead over Catuit, bottom of the sixth at Spillane. If that score holds, Falmouth would need to win to clinch the final playoff spot in the Western Division with 3 games to go. 1-1, fastball at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Orleans a 3-0 lead at McKeon Park. Firebirds are hot. They're looking for their 3rd straight win over the top dog in the West, the Hyannis Harborhawks. 1-2. Curveball tapped back to the bricks. Here at Gov Fuller Field. Try it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Bourne and Chatham scoreless. They just started at Veterans Field. Couple of surprises there, Sam. The Wareham score, the Orleans score.
You never know on Cape Cod. Baseball is a beautiful sport like that you never can quite tell what's going to happen in any individual game. And sometimes the sport surprises you with teams that have been playing poorly, beating better teams.
1-2 down the hill. McKenzie smacks one down the third base line. It hooks foul. McKenzie came in as a pinch hitter in the 3rd inning. He walked. Originally was in for Peyton Stovall.
Has stayed in the game at third base with Kobe Halter moving to second.
1-2, and he fishes as he chases a curveball and strikes out. That's strikeout number 5 for Grant Taylor. His first to somebody not named Kobe Halter or Jace Borfin. And here's Drew Bretcher. They've all been swinging. And that curveball, Sam, really working for Taylor, who now has 5 on the night.
And outside of the 2 walks he allowed in the 3rd inning, he's been pretty solid with command, too. A couple of full counts, but Grant's, for the most part, been on the money with hitting his spots.
Another left-handed bat. Drew Bretcher looks up. Taylor from the first base side of the rubber deals. Bretcher takes a fastball just above the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Falmouth 3, YD 2. Commodores have not scored since the first. Field engulfed in the shadows on this buggy Saturday night here in Falmouth. 1-0. Slider misses inside. In the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Sam, I'm going to need new bug spray after this. I think I've run through the whole thing.
We are applying and reapplying like it's our jobs.
2-0. Taylor's fastball sails above the strike zone. 3 balls and no strikes. 1 out, base is empty. Defense is playing straight up to Bretcher, who had a 2 RBI single back in the first, the biggest hit of the day for the Falmouth Commodores. Bretcher at the University of South Florida. 3-0, fastball down Broadway. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bretcher with big league blood. His father, Len, was a second-round selection of the Chicago White Sox, pitched for the Padres organization. 3-1, and he swings and rolls 1 foul. First base side, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bretcher is a criminology major. Couldn't tell you what that means, but sounds cool.
Yeah. Some of these majors we've seen guys studying. Interesting.
Full count. Grant Taylor trying to work back in this at-bat after being down 3-0. 3-2. And a swing and a foul back to the screen. And on the hands of Bretcher. Falmouth 3, YD 2. Commodores trying to get their first win against the Red Sox in their final matchup of the summer. In the regular season, these two teams could meet in the championship round. And Scott Pickler wouldn't mind that. He's won 2 of his last 3 championships here. 3-2. Curveball. Bretcher rips one down the right field line, a base hit. He turns to the bag at first. Montgomery scoops it up and right. The right fielders throw to second on 1 hop. The tag, not in time. Bretcher slides in safely. Hayden tried to apply the tag. He was pushed off the base by the slide, and time is called. A 1-out double for Drew Bretcher.
Close play, much closer than it really had any business being because of that arm of Braden Montgomery that we talk about all the time. He's already thrown out multiple runners on the base paths this summer season in just the 2 weeks he's been here, and he almost had another there. Bretcher runs pretty well, and the throw pretty much got there at the same time, and Hayden's tag just a tiny, tiny bit late. but still a great job by Braden Montgomery to show off some arm and make that as close a play as it was.
I'll never forget the first day he was on the mound at Hyannis. First pitch home was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And he shows it off in right field. Runner at second, Falmouth looking to add to their 3-2 lead. And here's the left-handed bat of Jacob Walsh out of Oregon. Walsh was a Oregon elbow protector on that right arm. First pitch, fastball. Nicks the bottom of the strike zone. No balls and one strike. One out, runner at second. Falmouth 3, Whitey 2. Clouds starting to turn purple as the sun begins to set. A light orange haze just above the skyline across the outfield. The treetops in that golden hour light in straightaway center. 0-1. Fastball, look out. Leaning back, Jacob Walsh pulls his hands into his Commodore uniform in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike with Brecher at second. Jacob Walsh is 1 for 2 today with a double, but he was caught off the bag at third, back in the fourth. He spins the bat in front of him. Taylor's throw to second, and Haydeen able to run back and snare it. Back on his feet is Drew Brecher safely. Brecher has decent speed with 3 stolen bases this summer. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Wind starts to pick up slightly. The flag in right gently blowing in. Taylor, 2 looks at second. Here's the 1-1. Curveball in the dirt. And the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Falmouth looking for their first offense since the first. Walsh looks. Taylor's right arm dangling by his side. The Washington State Cougar facing off against the Oregon Duck. A little Pac-12 matchup here on Cape Cod. 2-1. Curveball. Paints the top of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Jacob Walsh was a freshman All-American with the Oregon Ducks. Set the freshman record for doubles, home runs, total bases. 2-2. Fastball, and he swings and golfs that one into right field. Braden Montgomery, the right fielder, going back towards the warning track. He ranges into the gap, makes the catch. Tagging from second is Brecher. Montgomery's throw in on a line, but wide of the bag. Sliding safely is Brecher to third. And there's a runner 90 feet away with 2 gone. Sam, it looked like Braden didn't see that ball off the bat, but was able to catch up to it in the gap.
I think some of the wind you were just talking about moving in a little bit and to the left actually helped that ball stay in the ballpark, because off the bat, Walsh, who's got 5 homers this year, looked like he got a pretty good piece of it. But Montgomery got back to the warning track, then started moving parallel to the wall to make that catch.
And Scott Pickler jumps out of his dugout. That's going to do it for Grant Taylor. Josiah Cromwick will face a new Red Sox pitcher. Runner at third with 2 gone. Grant Taylor is responsible for Drew Brecher, but if whoever's coming in for relief can retire the next batter, Taylor would have gone a great 4 scoreless innings for these Whitey Red Sox. We'll step aside and be right back here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Falmouth 3, Whitey 2. Commodores with a runner at third and 2 outs for the bottom of the lineup. Can they get it done here at Gov Fuller Field?
It's true, yeah.
We welcome you back to the bottom of the 6th inning. We press resume with 2 outs, a runner at third, and a new pitcher on the mound. It's Luke Jewett from UCLA out of the pen. Faces the Oregon Duck, Josiah Cromwick, a right-handed batter. With a runner at third, it's Drew Brecher. 3-2, Falmouth leads YD in the final regular season matchup of the summer between these two teams. The Red Sox looking to keep this a 1-run game. First pitch, Jewett deals a nasty slider in the count. No balls and 1 strike as Josiah Cromwick goes fishing.
Jewett trying to get things back on track, has struggled just a tad in his last few outings, but has been thrown into situations like this with guys on base coming out of the pen trying to be the fireman.
The 0-1 from the righty is another slider that paints the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. And Brecher at third after his double and tagging up on a line out to right by Jacob Walsh. Jewett's right arm dangles next to his right pocket. He exhales, sets belt high. Brecher leads at third with 2 away. The 0-2. Fastball misses low and away. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dark purple clouds hang overhead. The lights are on here at Gov Fuller Field as the wind blows in from right. Red Sox trying to end a 4-game losing streak. Can they get it done against a team they haven't lost to all summer? Trailing 3-2. 1-2. Slider misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
4 straight sliders, I think, from Luke Jewett. Has been around the plate on all of them, and I wonder if you change things here and maybe bust a fastball upstairs.
Jewett exhales. 2-2. Swinging a foul tap down the first base line. Another slider. That's 5 in a row. Falmouth put up 3 runs in the bottom of the first. YD with Singletons in the 3rd and the 5th to make this a 3-2 game. The Commodores can clinch a playoff spot with a win. YD already in the playoffs, trying to increase their lead and move closer to clinching the entire Eastern Division. They're currently in first place by 6 points. Runner at third, 2-2. Fastball misses away. First fastball from Jewett at 94 and a full count. Another Pac-12 on Pac-12 matchup. And we'll see if the YD's only all-star reliever can get it done. Brecher takes a couple steps off third. Full count offering. And a swing and a high fly ball into left. Going back to left fielder Hayden shot, and it bounces fair, and 1 hops the wall. Scoring from third, Brecher's on his feet. On to second goes Josiah Cromwick, who rips a full count offering down the left field line. It's an RBI double. Falmouth doubles their lead, 4-2.
It's one too many slider, Carlo. He went back to the well there after missing on the first fastball he threw in the full count, and he hung that one. And Cromwick got the barrel to it and missed the home run by only about 8 or so, maybe 10 feet down in that left field corner. A mistake pitch there from Jewett. I'm sure he's kicking himself that he didn't throw a good 2-strike slider there, and pays the price. An extended lead for Falmouth.
Now the left-handed bat of Corey Collins looks on. Out of Georgia to face the righty Jewett. At second leads Cromwick. Jewett looks that way, deals home. Fastball low. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. First run since the first inning for the Falmouth Commodores as their lead at 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. Corey Collins doubled his last time up. 1-0. Jewett deals a changeup in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. And Sam, you're talking about how Jewett has struggled as of late. Last outing came against Wareham. He went 1 in the 3rd, gave up an earned run. 5 hits, 2 strikeouts. And he walked 3 batters in the inning in the appearance before that against Brewster. 2 balls and no strikes to the 9-hole hitter Collins with Cromwick at second after his RBI double. 2-0. Changeup. Drops in the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. A good 2-0 pitch from Luke Jewett. It buckles Corey Collins.
Jewett got off to such a hot start for the Red Sox. He'll tell you he's been scuffling lately, that he's been having trouble finding the strike zone. He's fighting himself just a little bit, trying to find his footing prior to the playoffs.
Jewett's 2-1. Curveball swings and fouls it down the right field line, does Corey Collins, in the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Bullpen has faltered of late for the Red Sox late in games coming out of the All-Star break. And Luke is a guy who had been so effective for Whitey out of the bullpen since he got here, that he's such an important part of this team heading into the playoffs, that he has a chance to be a relief ace for this team, a real fireman. And he's got to really find his footing first.
He looks at second. 2-2. Slider misses low and in. And time is called. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Back-to-back full counts. Gave up the RBI double to Josiah Cromwell on a full count offering. And now a full count on Corey Collins, a left-handed batter with the top of the lineup on deck. Leadoff hitter Alex Mooney, who's 0 for 3 today, awaits his turn. 4-2, Falmouth leads. Bottom 6, 2 outs. Jewett looks at second. 3-2. Fastball, swinging a pop-up into right center field, going back to the shortstop. Hayden, he calls everybody off behind second base, makes the catch. 2 hits, 1 run comes across, 1 left on. Falmouth adds to their lead. It is 4-2. The Commodores on top of the Whitey Red Sox. Sam Lebowitz will take you home as the Whitey Red Sox look to avoid losing their 5th straight game, trailing by 2.
To the 7th we go here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. The Red Sox have some work to do. A 3-2 deficit has turned into a 4-2 deficit as Falmouth got a run on a 2-out double in the 6th off the bat of Josiah Cromwell. It'll be the 8-9-1. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for the Red Sox here in this top of the 7th. Fernando Gonzalez followed by Homer Bush and Woody Hayden against the left-hander out of Lafayette, Nolan Moore, who will work his 2nd inning of relief. He allowed a single in his first one, but helped out by a nice defensive play. First pitch, swing, a line drive into center by Gonzalez, and a diving catch by Andrew Pinckney, who comes up with the low liner. Gonzalez nods his head to a fellow SEC standout. First out set aside for Nolan Moore here in this 7th. It brings up Homer Bush Jr. We're off to a rockish start in the 7th. Bush today, a single in 3 trips. Try to get something going out of this leadoff spot against the left-hander out of Lafayette with 1 out. First pitch, a fastball misses away. Left on right here. Bush with all his speed, an important guy to get aboard anytime he bats for Whitey atop this lineup. The 1-0 is a changeup that misses down and inside. Homer an all-star for YD. Average coming into today was at 287. A little bit better now with the 1 for 3 so far today. Had his first double of the season last night. 2-0. Misses down and in towards his feet, a fastball. And the count is 3-0 to Homer Bush with be debuting Woody Hayden in the on-deck circle.
You'd love to get Homer on, Sam, with all his speed. We've already seen Cromwick throw one base runner out, but that was Zach Liu. Doesn't have any stolen bases today.
That was the fine defensive play in the last half inning that I alluded to. Liu being thrown out trying to steal third. Time called as Moore goes into his motion before a 3-0. He lifted his leg but doesn't deliver the baseball. Moore out of the full windup. Lafayette College left-hander out of Connecticut. The 3-0 misses well outside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Homer Bush. And now the Red Sox will try to rally in this 7th inning, trailing 4-2 with one away.
You get Homer Bush on with one out, and you feel like you have to take advantage of this opportunity, Sam. Down 2 runs.
Hayden, a switch hitter, will bat right for the first time today. A single, a walk, a strikeout in his 3 trips to the plate so far tonight. The left-hander deals to him, and he slashes one down the right field line, heading over his Butcher. He plays it on a hop, and it goes on by him and goes into foul territory. Bush is flying towards third as Butcher throws his hands up, says it's out of play. Bush is home, and up to third base is Hayden, and he's still going to run just in case this ball's in play. The umpires throw their hands up. They're going to make a decision about where to place the runners now.
Yeah, the ball trickled out of play down that right field line and then went underneath the bleachers, it looked like. So where do you put Homer Bush Jr.? Technically, Sam, that should be a double.
You would think that normal baseball logic indicates that if a baseball becomes unplayable, if it goes out of play, it's a ground rule double, and the runners each get 2 bases. But Homer Bush, with all his speed, he would have scored easily once that ball got by Drew Butcher. We'll see where they place everybody. They're going to look like they're going to place the runners at second and third. Woody Hayden picks up a ground rule double, his first double, his first extra base hit on Cape Cod this summer. It's a 2-hit day for Hayden in his summer debut, and now Braden Montgomery with lots of speed aboard. Bush at third, Hayden on at second, the tying runs with only one out here in this 7th. Montgomery will go to work, and looks like he might be facing a new arm as Jeff Trundy is out of the dugout. A right-hander warming in that bullpen. Last I checked, I believe that it's Luke Malone, a right-hander out of University of Texas San Antonio. Trundy hasn't yet taken the ball from his left-hander Moore, but the right-hander working in that bullpen continues to throw.
Well, how do you want to pitch to the most powerful hitter in this lineup, Braden Montgomery, Sam, with 2 on and the go-ahead run at the plate?
Part of the conversation here might be that with a left-hand hitter in the on-deck circle and Hayden's shot and the left-hander on the mound, maybe you think about intentionally walking Montgomery to load the bases, create a double play opportunity and a more favorable matchup for the left-hander Moore if Trundy were to keep him in this ballgame. Still no decision made, and Trundy will leave the pitcher's mound without taking the ball from Nolan Moore. Moore will face Montgomery, and we'll see if they do decide to walk Montgomery indeed, or if rather they'll pitch around him in the kind of unintentional, intentional walk situation that you see employed from time to time. The runners are at second and third with one out. The infielders at the corners are playing on the lip of the infield, playing back up the middle, conceding a run if they need to on a ground ball to the second baseman or shortstop. Lots of speed on the bases, tying runs in scoring position here in the 7th. One out, and the first pitch to Montgomery, he goes chasing a changeup. No balls and a strike. Braden today is 1 out of 3, but that one came on a long RBI triple. He hit it off the fence in right center. That came as a left-hand hitter, now swung around to the right side, switch hitter. No balls and a strike. Here it comes. Taken low, same pitch, a changeup. This time he made the adjustment and laid off it. And the count 1-1 on the Stanford two-way standout. Who has done a lot of damage against Western Division opponents, most notably Wareham. 2 of his 3 home runs have come against the Gatemen, trying to do some damage against the Commodores. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 in scoring position. Here it comes. Fouled off. Again, a changeup. And this one off the tip of the bat, back to the backstop. The count 1-2 on Montgomery. Braden has not homered as a right-hand hitter. All 3 of his homers have come as a left-hand hitter, but a base hit here with Bush and Hayden, the fast runners in scoring position, could tie this game. A 4-2 ball game right now. Falmouth leading the Red Sox in the top of the 7th. But the Red Sox have lost 4 straight, and a big hit here could go a long way for them. 1-2. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Montgomery will trot down to first. The throw is on the mark from Cromwick, holding the runners at second and third. And now it'll take a 2-out hit with the left-hand hitter Hayden Schott coming up. A key strikeout. Braden Montgomery fishing on changeups in that at-bat. He's the second out. Schott today has driven in a run with a single in 3 trips. That came in his last at-bat. Left on left here, the left-hander Nolan Moore trying to work out of this jam after Hayden's double put 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Now with 2, here's Schott. The first pitch is swung on and fouled back to the net right towards us to the left of home plate. The count is 0-1 on the Columbia Lion. Schott had an RBI in last night's game. That was the lone run that the Red Sox scored in Orleans. Moore sets above the belt and the 0-1. In the dirt, a good block by Cromwick. Ball doesn't trickle more than a couple feet in front of him, and holding at third is Homer Bush. Not a deep backstop, and a brick backstop that can provide some favorable bounces on a ball that hits off of it hard. But Homer Bush, it doesn't take a very long, wild pitch to score him from third. Hayden also very fast at second. Moore steps off, and we'll get a new set of signs from Cromwick, his catcher. And I think they might have called a balk there. The home plate umpire, Mark Delaney, out from behind home plate, motions to the mound. No balk called. Not sure what exactly that was.
Maybe just a warning?
Perhaps. A 1-1 count on Schott, 2 in scoring position, 2 out. Red Sox trail by 2. Here it comes, and a swing and a miss on a high off-speed pitch. At the shoulder level of Schott, he goes chopping at it and comes up empty. Red Sox have been trailing all night. 3 runs in the first for Falmouth. Red Sox got 1 in the third, 1 in the 5th. They now trail 4-2, tying runs in scoring position with 2 out. A 1-2 count here in the 7th. Moore's 1-2 is tipped slowly foul off the left side of home plate and goes to the backstop. Schott staying alive. Hayden has hit safely now in all 6 games he's played for YD. Has just single hits in the last 5 games. He had a 3-hit day in his first day in Red Sox colors. That came the last day before the All-Star break last week. He went 3 for 4 with a double and a homer. Trying to come up big here with a hit that could tie the game. The 1-2. Bouncing ball right side of the infield. 2 hops for Kobe Halter. He plays it shoulder high and throws on to first in time to retire the side. So after a walk and a ground rule double, the Red Sox had runners in scoring position with 1 out for their big hitters, and they come up empty. After the top of the 7th, it's stretch time here in Falmouth. The Commodores leading the Whitey Red Sox by a score of 4-2.
Hope you stretched. It's time for the bottom of the 7th. The Whitey Red Sox left 2 in scoring position in the top of the frame. Jewett will try to keep this a 2-run game. And to tell you all about it, here's Sam Lebowitz.
Thanks so much, Carlo. Top of the Falmouth order, Alex Mooney, followed by Kobe Halter and Jace Borfin. Right on right here, UCLA against Duke. And Jewett facing the blonde-haired Mooney, who crouches in the right batter's box. The first pitch is ripped out to deep left field. Back goes Hayden's shot, running out of room, forget it. The first pitch of this bottom of the 7th, and Alex Mooney clobbers his 5th home run of the year. Falmouth now leads 5-2.
And what a swing in this game, Sam. YD with runners at second and third with 1 out. In the top of the 7th, neither come home, and on the first pitch of the bottom of the inning, Alex Mooney with a moonshot. And Falmouth is feeling good, a couple outs away from their playoff clinching win if this score holds.
Red Sox running out of time and falling even further behind in this game. Now Colby Halter, 5th home run of the year for Mooney, 16th run driven in for him, his first hit in 4 tries today. Halter, a left-hand hitter, has 7 home runs of his own this summer. That's tops on Cape. Jewett working to the left-hand hitter in the first pitch, a changeup that misses off the plate away for ball 1. And Luke has now faced 3 hitters and has twice been bitten by extra base hits. He came in with a runner on third and 2 out in the last inning as the 1-0 as a changeup swung over top by Halter, a ball and a strike. Josiah Cromwick one-hop the fence and left on a full count hanging slider that drove home a run. And now leading off this 7th inning, Alex Mooney takes him deep. Jewett's 1-1. Halter bounces it slowly. A high hop towards short in the shift. Bovey, the third baseman, cuts it off. Throw not in time. Infield hit for Kobe Halter, his 2nd hit today. And after the home run, Jewett will have to contend with a base runner on first and nobody out.
That was awfully close over there at first. John Shaheen all over it, but it looked like Caden Connor did a great job to pick that baseball. And now Jewett has given up back-to-back knocks.
And Jace Borfin, another left-hand hitter to face him. Borfin today a walk and 2 strikeouts. With a runner on first, nobody out, bottom 7. Jewett, the right-hander, deals a first pitch and an off-speed pitch that runs down and in for ball 1. And a nice scoop out of the dirt by Fernando Gonzalez. Red Sox trying to avoid their 5th straight loss. If they were to lose today, it would be the first time they've lost 5 straight since 2016. The 1-0, swung on and missed, good slider, and Borfin over the top of it.
Be shocked to see Halter go here. He's already been thrown out once by Fernando Gonzalez back in the 1st.
4th on Cape Cod in most caught stealings. He's been caught 7 times. 1 ball, 1 strike on Borfin. Jewett delivers, and it's rolled right side. Caden Connor can't make the play. It skips under his glove, turning and heading to third, and making it standing is Halter as Montgomery plays it into the cutoff man. We'll see what they score it. Red Sox have 1 error on the board as of now, but Caden Connor unable to come up with the 2nd hop on that ball to the first baseman.
It didn't look like it ate him up at all, Sam. It was a pretty normal hop and just got right by him.
So the situation worsens for Jewett. Runners on the corners, nobody out, a run home after the leadoff homer. And a right-hand hitter, Andrew Pinckney, will come into the batter's box. Pinckney's had a nice day today, a single and a walk. He was robbed by an outstanding play by the 2nd baseman, Zach Liu, his last time through. Jewett pins that brown leather glove to his chest, gets his sign, right on right. First pitch is a fastball that splits the plate. Called an error on that last play. An E3 on the first baseman, Caden Connor, putting runners at the corners for Falmouth. Pinckney a power threat as well. He's got 4 home runs this summer. He's driven in 15. Standout youngster from Alabama, a rising junior. 0-1 is slashed foul into the backstop. And the count 0-2 to Pinckney, an all-star this year who led Alabama in batting average, hits, and doubles. and slugging percentage. In games against SEC opponents, Pinckney made it count when it mattered most. 0-2 runners going from first, and Pinckney pops it up into shallow center. Bush, a long run into a slide, can't make the catch, and it goes on by him. Halter will score from third, and stopping at second is Borfin on a bloop single by Andrew Pinckney. And if Homer Bush, with all his speed in center, couldn't get to it, nobody could. It falls cleanly. The 10th hit on the board for Falmouth. It's 6-2 as Pinckney drives home his 16th run of the year.
The late inning struggles have been the story of this losing streak, Sam. The 9 runs given up to Orleans 4 days ago in the 9th. They gave up 2 runs to Orleans yesterday in the 8th. 2 more runs here in the 7th to Falmouth.
So Jewett will continue to try to work through this frame. There's action in the Red Sox bullpen behind him, but Coach Pickler not making the move yet. Left-handed hitting Anthony McKenzie with 2 on and nobody out. He squares to bunt and takes a slider down at his back foot. 1 ball and no strikes on the left-handed hitting McKenzie, who entered this game late. Peyton Stovall started at second base in this 5 spot in the lineup, but was pinch hit for in his second plate appearance. McKenzie has walked and struck out in his 2 trips off the bench. 1 ball, no strikes. 6-2 Falmouth, bottom 7. He squares to bunt and again takes it inside. And Fernando Gonzalez calls time. He's going to go and chat with his young right-hander out of UCLA.
Probably just trying to calm him down here. Jewett has been rattled like we haven't seen before this summer in this 7th inning, Sam.
And John Raiola, the pitching coach for YD, is going to join them out on the mound. It has not gone well for Luke Jewett in this outing. He was tasked with getting out of a small jam in the 6th inning. He entered for Grant Taylor with a runner on third and 2 out. After getting ahead of Josiah Cromwick, 0-2, Cromwick worked the full count, attacked the full count hanging slider, and one-hop the fence for an RBI double. That made it 4-2. And in between the 6th and this bottom of the 7th, the Red Sox stranded the potential tying runs in scoring position. And now Jewett, tasked with keeping it a 4-2 game, has not been able to do so. A leadoff homer, a single, an error, another single. 2 runs home in this inning, still nobody out, and 2 on. The 2-0, a fastball that paints the inside corner, 2 balls and a strike. And after Brewster already won today, the Red Sox unable to clinch the division tonight. It would have taken a Brewster loss and a Red Sox win. It looks like there's a real chance that Brewster could be just 4 points back with 3 games to play. The 2-1, he squares to bunt and bunts it down the third baseline. A good one. Mike Bovey's going to watch this one, try to curl foul. It won't. It stays to the right of the chalk. Bovey picks it up by the third base bag. It's a bunt single for Anthony McKenzie. It loads the bases with still nobody out.
When it rains, it pours for this Whitey Red Sox team, and the wheels falling off, something we've said too many times this summer, Sam, especially during this losing streak.
Tack on runs in this 4-game losing streak for Red Sox opponents have loomed large. The 2 last night late in Orleans. The game prior to that, when Orleans was facing the Red Sox at home, they scored 6 ninth-inning runs against the bullpen. The infield comes in with the bases loaded. Drew Butcher has had a big day already. A left-hand hitter against the righty Jewett. With the sacks full, nobody out. The first pitch is swung on and missed, a good slider. Butcher started the scoring today. He batted with the bases loaded in the first inning and 2 outs. Lined a 2-run single, a 3rd run scored on a Homer Bush fielding error to set the tone for this one. He doubled his last time up, 2 for 3 today. Left-hand hitter out of the University of South Florida, hits with the bases loaded, nobody out. An 0-1 count, 6-2 Falmouth leads, bottom 7. Here it comes. Fastball at the knees for a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes as Jewett dots a 92-mile-an-hour fastball and gets ahead of Butcher. And Jewett firmly in need of a strikeout. Another left-hand hitter in the on-deck circle in Jacob Walsh. Every Red Sox infielder is in. 0-2 is lifted foul, heading back and out of play along the left field line. The count remains 0-2. The middle infielders have actually moved about halfway back. Lou and Woody Haydeen are playing about midway on the infield. The corner infielders are in, especially Caden Connor at first on the lip of the grass. Anything hit hard at an infielder, they'll come home to cut down a run with the bases loaded, nobody out. 0-2. Taken on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Jewett picks up the first out of the inning, a key strikeout to leave the runners all around the infield. Now with 1 out, it's a little bit more manageable for Luke Jewett, trying to hold the Commodores here. They already lead 6-2, and Jacob Walsh, another left-hand hitter, he has a double in 3 trips, will hit with the sack still full of Commodores. Borfin the runner on third, Pinckney on at second, and Anthony McKenzie on at first with 1 away. Commodores clinch a playoff spot with a win tonight. They're trying to do it emphatically. First pitch, and Walsh takes a slider over the outside corner. He looks back at home plate umpire Mark Delaney, asks him to clarify where that pitch hit the strike zone, and peers back out at the UCLA right-hander. No balls in his strike. With Commodores at every base. The middle infield back hoping for 2. The 0-1 is popped up left side of the infield towards the Red Sox dugout. It gets out of play, not by much.
Well, Sam, if this score holds, Whitey would go on to lose their 5th straight. Losing 4 in a row is not uncommon. 7 out of the 10 teams on Cape have lost 4 games in a row, but only 2 have lost 5 in a row, the Wareham Gatemen and these Falmouth Commodores.
The Commodores have turned their season around since early season struggles, and again, with a win today, punch their ticket to the playoffs and finalize the playoff picture in the West. The 0-2 is chopped foul up the first baseline towards the Falmouth dugout, a fastball that was low. Count remains 0-2 on Walsh with the bases full, 1 out, 2 runs already home in this home half of the 7th here in Falmouth. The Commodores trying to bury the Red Sox in this game. They led 3-0 early. The Red Sox got it to 3-2. Now it's 6-2 as the Commodores have tacked on runs here in the 6th and 7th. 0-2 count to the Oregon youngster. On its way. Chopped up the middle. Lou fields it on a backhand pick, gets 1. Relay to first by Hayden. Is in time, a double play. Nicely turned by the Red Sox as Lou made a backhand pick on the run and underhand flip to the Red Sox new shortstop, who turned it over. A double play, 4-6-3 on your scorecard. 2-run score for these Falmouth Commodores, but with the bases loaded and nobody out after 2 runs were already home, they can't tack on any more against Jewett. On to the 8th we go. Red Sox have some work to do. They trail 6-2 here on the Red Sox Radio Network.
The hill has gotten steeper for the Whitey Red Sox. They trail 6-2 as we begin the 8th inning. And here to tell you all about it, it's Sam Lebowitz.
Thanks so much, Carlo. The Red Sox are now down 6-2, trying to avoid their 5th straight loss. It would be their first 5-game losing streak since 2016. And with work to do, Caden Connor will try to start it against the new pitcher for Falmouth, Luke Malone, the right-hander out of the University of Texas San Antonio, a Round Rock, Texas native. Works for the 5th time as a Commodore this season, an ERA up around 13 in his 4 outings. Right-hander working to the left-handed Connor, a first pitch that pegs the outside corner at 86 miles an hour. No balls and a strike to Connor. Another left-hand hitter, Mike Bovey, to follow, then a righty in Zach Liu. The right-hander deals an 0-1, and Connor slaps it over short. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder, a base hit. Borfin plays it in on one hop. Caden Connor, his first hit today, 1 for 4, a leadoff single for the Red Sox, their 7th hit. And
8 base runners and a good start. Only the second time today that Whitey has had the leadoff hitter in an inning reach. They did it back in the 5th and ended up scoring a run. See if they can bring across another run here in the 8th and at least trim away at this 6-2 Falmouth lead.
With 6 outs to play with, the Red Sox need a crooked number on the board. Mike Bovey will try to keep this 8th inning rally going. Another left-hand hitter. Malone peers in over his black glove. The first pitch, fastball at 84 miles an hour on the outside corner. 12.91 ERA in 4 relief outings, 7 2/3 innings for Luke Malone with 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's allowed now 12 hits after that Caden Connor single. No balls and 1 strike. Bovey takes an off-speed pitch running down towards his back foot. The count is 1-1. Malone last pitched against Harwich here on July the 26th. He gave up 5 runs in an inning and 2/3. His last 2 outings combined, he's given up 9 total runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taken low at 84 miles an hour. The count 2-1 on Bovey. Mike today singled his first time up, 1 for 3 overall.
And the Mike, to begin the season, Sam, one of the things he was able to hang his hat on was taking walks. He's taken just 2 in his last 9 games.
A patient hitter when he's at his best. 2 balls and a strike to him. And he grounds it up the middle sharply, a base hit into center. Caden Connor pulls in at second. Fielded in by the center fielder Pinckney. Back-to-back singles against Luke Malone to start out this top half of the 8th inning, and the Red Sox trailing 6-2. And trying to avoid a 5th straight loss, will try to keep the conveyor belt moving here in this 8th inning. Now Zach Liu. And we'll see if Liu is asked to maybe drop a bunt down. We've seen him bunt for hits a couple times over this last week or so. An accomplished bunter. He seemingly is able to place those bunts perfectly down the third baseline whenever he wants to. And the right-hand hitter appears in against the right-hander, Luke Malone. With 2 on, nobody out. Red Sox trailing by 4 here in the top of the 8th. First pitch, he does square to bunt and takes it well high. A curveball that didn't curve. And work has started behind Malone in the bullpen. Josh Stewart, a right-hander out of Texas, has started to throw. Maroon socks hiked up to his knees for the right-hander out of Round Rock, Texas. Sets at his chest. 2 on, nobody out. And a 1-0. Squares to bunt and bunts it hard down the third baseline. Charged by the third baseman, McKenzie. His throw almost into the runner, but a nice play by Colby Halter to make the snag and record the first out. A sacrifice bunt for Zach Liu, and the runners advance to second and third, now with 1 out.
And I understand the need to move the runners over there, Sam, but Zach Liu has been swinging the bat pretty well as of late. Maybe you let him swing away there, down 4 runs. If it was a 2-run game like it was in the last half inning, then the bunt makes sense. But you need 4 runs here, and we'll see if that's it for Malone.
Gunnar Antillian, the hitter in the batter's box, and the catcher, Josiah Cromwick, has called time and gone out to the mound to chat with his right-hander. Antillian came into this game off the bench to face the left-hander for Robbie Burnett, who started in this spot, a left-hand hitter, the DH, went over 2. Antillian pinch hit for him against Nolan Moore and struck out. He's got 2 in scoring position, and now we'll have a second straight timeout called as a coach has popped out of the dugout. Jeff Trundy looks towards his relief ace, Josh Stewart, in the bullpen, and it looks like he's going to make the move and pull Luke Malone here. After Malone faces 3 batters. The first 2 singled. Zach Liu, a sacrifice bunt. And Malone will exit here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. The Red Sox trailing in this game 6-2. Gunnar Antillian, the hitter due. Josh Stewart in from the bullpen. We'll introduce you to him in just a moment here on the Red Sox Radio Network. 6-2, Falmouth leads in the top of the 8th.
The Whitey Red Sox have 2 in scoring position and a 1 out, but they're facing the ace out of the pen for Falmouth. Sam Lebowitz has the call.
Cole Carrig will pinch hit for Gunnar Antillian against Josh Stewart, who has been absolutely electric out of the bullpen for Falmouth. 9 appearances, a .65 ERA, allowed just 1 earned run all summer, and over his last 4 outings, Stewart has allowed just 1 base hit. 6 hits total against him this summer, 17 strikeouts in 13 2/3. Carrig, the switch hitter, will pinch hit for Gunnar Antillian. Cole comes into this game having sat on the bench the last couple. The .326 hitter overall, last started against Wareham on the 26th. He's been dealing with a bit of a sore groin. 2 in scoring position, 1 out. Red Sox trailing 6-2. Right hand pitcher Stewart, first pitch is a slider that misses off the outside corner. And the count 1-0 on Cole Carrig. Carrig out of San Diego State University, an all-star game starter for the Red Sox in center field, but been a little bit unusable. 1-0 is bounced up the middle. Mooney picks it on the high hop, moving up the middle. The throw to first is in time. A run comes home from third on a nice play by the shortstop Alex Mooney to rob Cole Carrig of a hit as he slid over to his left to make a nice snag. Connor scores. Up to third goes Bovey. It's the second out of the inning, and it makes it a 6-3 ball game.
Well, you get 1, Sam, but you feel like you need at least another here. Runner at third with 2 outs. Gonzalez has not had a hit yet today. See if the 9-hole hitter can produce and make this a 2-run game going into the bottom of the 8th.
So Bovey stands at third with 2 out. Right on right here. Stewart pitching to Fernando Gonzalez, 0 for 3 today. He's reached and scored on a drop third strike on a strikeout. First pitch, swung on and missed, a slider that he cut through up in the strike zone. Stewart, a Texas Longhorn, Gonzalez, a Georgia Bulldog. With a runner on third, 2 out, 6-3 your score here in the top of the 8th. The 0-1 is swung on and missed the fastball. And Gonzalez will have to battle out of a 2-strike hole. Caden Connor and Mike Bovey each singled to lead off the inning against Luke Malone. Bovey stands at third with 2 out. The 0-2 taken off the plate. A fastball at 91 from Stewart. You figure if Stewart can get out of this inning unscathed without really much more damage against him, he'd have the 9th inning as well. He has a save so far this summer for Falmouth. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Is lined over short. Mooney leaps, can't make the catch. It's a base hit for Gonzalez. In from third comes Mike Bovey. Fernando Gonzalez with an RBI single comes through with 2 out and drives home his 3rd run of the summer. And it'll bring up the tying run, the top of the order, Homer Bush.
And that feels like a huge run for these Whitey Red Sox, Sam. You get 2 on with hits to begin the frame. They both score, and now you cut the Falmouth lead in half with a tying run at the plate in Homer Bush Jr., who hasn't showed off his speed in games, but we've seen it in batting practice.
The power for Bush has been slow to come. Just 1 extra base hit, a double, that came yesterday. The first pitch, a fastball in for a called strike. This year at Grand Canyon, Homer had 2 homers. But he is 6'4" and strong. We've seen him display some pop in batting practice. Runner on first, 2 out. The 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner, a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes on Bush, who's reached in each of his last 2 plate appearances, a single and a walk, 1 for 3 overall today. He chokes up on the bat, a right-hand hitter against the right-hander out of Texas, Josh Stewart, with Gonzalez at first and 2 out. 0-2, taken down and away. The count levels to 1-2 now for Bush, another Red Sox All-Star. Trying to keep this inning going for Woody Haydeen, who's had an excellent debut for YD with a couple of hits, including a double. Gonzalez not fast at first. It'll take a pretty deep extra base hit to get him home. The 1-2 is slashed into the net. Another foul, and the count remains 1-2 on Homer Bush.
Whole lot of fastballs here from Stewart, Sam. See if he goes back to it, trying to attack the top of the zone against Bush.
Sox trying to prove pesky against a right-hander who's been stingy. 1-2 in the dirt. A good block by Josiah Cromwick on a slider at 82, and the count evens 2-2 on Bush. That hit for Gonzalez, the first hit that Stewart has allowed in quite a while. The first hit he's allowed, just the second hit he's allowed, since July 14th. Gave up a hit in his last outing, but none in the 3 previous. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on first. Here it comes. Rolled left side. Picked there by McKenzie. Goes the short way. Gets the force at second. And that retires the side. Red Sox do get a pair. 2 leadoff singles. They cash them both. On to the bottom of the 8th we go. Falmouth leads this one 6-4 over the Red Sox on the YD Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the 8th inning is right now, and the Whitey Red Sox have cut the lead in half. Luke Jewett will try to keep it that way before the 9th. Sam Lebowitz, the floor is yours.
Jewett, after a hard-working 7th inning, will try to get the Red Sox through this 8th and give them a chance to tally a pair and maybe go home without a loss. Here from Falmouth, they trail 6-4. Jewett gets 8-9-1. Josiah Cromwell, the right-hand hitting catcher, the first to face him. First one home, right on right, a slider that bends in over the inside corner, a called strike. Cromwell was the first hitter that Jewett faced when he came in with 2 out in the 6th. Cromwell worked the full count after falling behind 0-2 and pummeled an RBI double, the 0-1. Another slider. This time he cuts over top of it, and the count is 0-2 on Josiah Cromwell. The Oregon Duck with his green and yellow cleats, contrasting with the maroon of his high stirrup socks. And Jewett works the 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Another slider running away from him. A 3-pitch strikeout and a good start for Luke Jewett. The second strikeout in his now inning and 2/3 of relief. And it brings up Corey Collins, the DH today, a left-hand hitter, 1 for 3, hit a long double back in the 4th.
You see Pickler's trust in Jewett. Earlier in the summer, Sam, we didn't see a lot of guys get a second chance after giving up runs out of the pen, but Jewett has that confidence of his manager.
3 infielders on the right side against the left-handed hitter. 0-1 to Collins. A changeup that just misses below the knees. 1 ball, no strikes. Jewett faced 7 hitters in the 7th inning. A leadoff homer by Alex Mooney set the table. 3 more singles in that inning, an error in between them. 1-0. Comes inside, a slider, and goes to the backstop as Gonzalez couldn't snag it. 2 balls and no strikes on Collins. The Georgia product who stands at home plate with his teammate Fernando Gonzalez, a fellow Bulldog. The other RBI hit was off Andrew Pinckney's bat in that 7th inning, a bloop single. But Jewett, with a strikeout and a double play, worked around any further damage with the bases loaded and nobody out. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. Had Collins well out in front. Alex Mooney, who homered against Jewett to start that 7th inning, the on-deck hitter. Luke trying to hold the score here at 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th and give the heart of the Red Sox order a chance to at least tie it. 2-1 is a slider that cuts in at the belt. A called strike. The count levels at 2-2. Collins just a 162 hitter, but he's got some power. A homer in the 6 doubles, including the one he hit today. That was one hopped off the fence in straightaway center. 2-2. Down at his back foot, a slider, and the count runs full here from Jewett to Corey Collins. Collins used to that DH role. He DH'd 36 times this year for Georgia. 3-2 to him. In there for a called strike 3. A changeup that floats to the back door, and Jewett picks up his 2nd straight strikeout to start the 8th, his 3rd overall.
And a huge strikeout there with a full count. Jewett gave up the RBI double on a full count to begin his outing in the 6th, and now faces Alex Mooney, who ripped a home run off him last time up. Let's see if Jewett can grab revenge.
Ever since he got ahead and struck out Drew Butcher with the bases loaded and nobody out in that 7th, Jewett has looked much more in command. Here's Alex Mooney. First pitch, slider lifted down the right field line, the opposite field, a base hit, 1 hop in front of Montgomery. Mooney takes a big turn, but Montgomery fires a strike in at 2nd. And holding with a single here with 2 outs is Alex Mooney, who has gotten Jewett twice now. 2 hits in his last 2 trips. This one stays in the yard.
And he's only seen 2 pitches. Been swinging away right away. Colby Halter had a single last time against Jewett. Good job by Montgomery on that play, Sam, to keep the runner at first with his strong arm.
Got over to it quickly and played it on 1 bounce before it could track past him towards the corner. Here's Colby Halter, who has 2 singles today. He's also struck out twice. He scored in the chaos of that 7th inning after singling against Jewett his last time up. A left-hand hitter. Mooney on it first with 2 out. First pitch. Pitch out. And Mooney's not running. Gonzalez up out of the crouch in case he was. 1 ball, no strikes on a fastball. Mooney has stolen 13 bases so far this summer. He has been caught 6 times. That's 5th most on Cape. Gonzalez has caught a pair today. Once on a caught stealing and once on the pickoff off third base. 1-0. Another pickoff. Another pitch out, and Gonzalez catches it off the plate away. Again, coming out of the crouch just in case Mooney was running, and the Red Sox have guessed on Mooney twice and have guessed wrong both times. A 2-0 count on a very dangerous hitter in Kobe Halter, who has 7 home runs this summer. That's tops on Cape Cod. 2-0, now he's running, and the pitch a slider low, and Gonzalez can't pick it up off the dirt. A stolen base for Mooney, his 14th, and a runner in scoring position with 2 out. And a 3-0 count to Kobe Halter.
A great pitch to go on there by Mooney. Breaking ball in the dirt. It was going to be a tough play for Gonzalez.
That's the second side of that coin for the Red Sox. If you pitch out on the first 2, you can't really pitch out a third time. And Falmouth guessed right and sent Mooney. 3-0 count to Halter. He takes it low for ball 4. A slider again low. After 2 were out and nobody on after consecutive strikeouts, Luke Jewett will now have to work out of a 2-out jam. A single and a walk, and Jace Borfin, who reached on an error, is 0 for 3 today with a walk as well. Another left-hand hitter will face Jewett.
I don't think it's a horrible walk by Jewett. You put forces back on the base pass. You get a guy up who doesn't have a hit today and maybe a more favorable matchup.
Borfin has twice struck out amidst his 4 trips to the plate. Benfield plays him fairly straight up. The second baseman, Zach Liu, has his heels on the outfield grass, but playing him fairly straight up. The shortstop, Woody Haydeen, playing behind the runner, Mooney, leading off second. First one home. The left-handed hitter waves and misses on a slider down and in. Count 0-1. That razor blade slider from Jewett has looked much better in this half inning after he hung a couple early in the outing. Big spot in this game. Red Sox already trailing 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th, but 2 big runners out there with 2 out for Falmouth. Jewett's 0-1. Lifted in the air, foul along the left field line, heading out of play. And will find real estate beyond the third base side grandstand. So a quick 0-2 count against Jace Borfin. Borfin, the slugger out of Arkansas. Then Jewett peers in, his brown leather out in front of him at the belt. 2 on, 2 out. The 0-2 taken just off the corner. A fastball at 92. Gonzalez held it an extra beat, but Mark Delaney said it missed away, but not by much. Mooney runs well, he's at second. So does Halter, he's at first with 2 out. 6-4 your score. Falmouth trying to clinch a playoff spot. They lead YD. 1-2. Popped up, left side of the infield. Bovee crosses over into foul territory, camps out underneath it, makes the one-hand catch, and ends the inning here in the bottom of the 8th. Jewett strikes out the first 2. The next 2 reach. He strands them both with that pop out. And we're headed to the 9th here at Gov Fuller Field. Last chance for the Red Sox. Need 2 runs to avoid their 5th straight loss. On to the 9th we go on the YD Red Sox Radio Network. To the ninth we go, and let the drama ramp up here in Falmouth. The Red Sox trailing 6-4 to these Commodores, who are 3 outs away from securing their playoff spot here in the Western Division. 3 other Western Division teams have secured theirs, but Falmouth trying to eliminate Wareham and clinch their spot to the playoffs. The Red Sox down 2 on the other side, have 2, 3, and 4 in their order, trying to avoid a 5th straight loss. Woody Hayden, Braden Montgomery. Hayden shot against the righty Josh Stewart. Shot, the first pitch is up and away, ball 1 to the newcomer Woody Hayden. Woody in his Red Sox debut has reached in 3 of his 4 at-bats, including a double his last time. The 1-0 to the switch hitter batting left is swung on and missed the fastball. Stewart got the final 2 outs in the 8th inning, an 8th inning in which the Red Sox scored a pair to cut this deficit from 6-2 to 6-4. 1-1 to Hayden. Taken a little outside, says Mark Delaney. A slider that he couldn't backdoor. And the count 2-1. Hayden joining the Red Sox from the Appalachian League. He was the All-Star Game MVP just 3 days ago. Scott Pickler picked him up, needing a shortstop. The 2-1. Upstairs, a slider, and the count runs to 3-1 on Hayden, who has walked in addition to his 2 hits. You figure he'll be taking something here, trying to get aboard. The 3-1 is low and inside for ball 4. The Red Sox dugout cheering for their new teammate. He trots down to first. The tying run will come to the plate here in this 9th inning, and it comes with perhaps the Red Sox biggest power threat, Braden Montgomery, who already came close to a home run today. He tripled off the right center field fence way back in the 3rd. That drove home the first Red Sox run of this game.
And he got great speed at first in Woody Hayden, who stole 11 bases this summer in the Appalachian League.
Switch hitter batting left against Stewart. The first pitch is a fastball that is in for a called strike. 0-1. Montgomery out of Stanford had 18 home runs this summer. He's got 3. All have come as a left-handed batter in 14 games with YD. 0-1. Lifted foul, heading out of play along the left field line, and the count quickly 0-2 on Braden. Braden in a big spot his last at-bat, batted with 2 in scoring position and 1 out in the 7th, and he struck out. That came batting as a right-handed hitter against left-hander Nolan Moore, who worked out of that jam, a big spot in this game. Runner on first, no outs. Red Sox trailing by 2, and the 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. A fastball at 91, away from Montgomery, he swung through it. The first out of this 9th inning, and a big out to dispatch the power-hitting Braden Montgomery. And now another power threat in Hayden's shot. A left-hand hitter will hit with 1 out, a runner on first.
Well, if the Red Sox want to tie this game, they're going to have to do something no other team has done, and that's get multiple runs against the right arm of Stewart.
Stewart has allowed just 1 earned run all summer on his ledger. The first pitch to shot misses low in the dirt, a fastball. Cromwick, a backhand stop to ensure that Hayden, the runner from first, had no designs of advancing. Infield plays shot straight up. A double play would clinch a playoff spot for Falmouth. Schott, who's got a homer in his 5 games for YD, trying to prevent that. The 1-0 was a fastball, a called strike on the outside corner. Stewart has not allowed a home run so far this summer. He gave up just 1 across 10 appearances for Texas this year with the Longhorns. 1-1. Swing and a miss. That was a beautiful slider heading back down towards Schott's back foot. He swung over top of it. The count 1-2 on the tall Columbia Lion. Stands in the left-hand batter's box with his black arm sleeve leading him as he peers in. The 1-2. Taken low, a fastball. Cromwick holding it about an extra 3 seconds, but Mark Delaney not enticed, and the count runs even on Schott. Hayden today 1 for 4, singled home run back in the 5th. Woody Hayden leads from first. He took a leadoff walk with 1 out now. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Another breaking ball again. Schott swinging over top of it. And after the leadoff walk, Josh Stewart has struck out the next 2, and the Red Sox, trailing 6-4, are down to their final out. And Caden Connor will try to keep the line moving. and try to help the Red Sox avoid a 5th consecutive loss. If he can keep it going, Mike Bovey, another left-hand hitter in the on-deck circle. Caden today, 1 for 4. That one, a single, came in his last at-bat. Falmouth led 3-0. Red Sox cut it to 3-2, and then Falmouth tacked on. Runner on first, the first pitch with 2 out. Is a fastball, a called strike, 91 over the outside corner. It was as big a lead as 6-2. That was after the home half of the 7th. Red Sox got 2 in the 8th to make it a little closer. They've had chances today, but the bullpen has faltered late, and it might have been too much to overcome. Runner on first, the 0-1 with 2 out. Connor squares a bunt and drops it down the third baseline. It's a perfect bunt. There will be no throw by McKenzie. It's a bunt single by Caden Connor. And now with Mike Bovey coming up with 2 on and 2 out, he's the go-ahead run at the plate. Keeps the line moving, at least one more batter. You think about in terms of power, Bovey does have more than Caden Connor. He's without a home run this summer, but he's got 6 doubles.
And what a perfect bunt by Caden Connor, Sam, in a situation where I don't think many people expected him to put the bunt down. You bring up Mike Bovey. He did have 8 home runs in the spring at Omaha.
Connor runs fairly well. He's the run that matters most at first base. Hating the runner on second. Runs exceptionally well as well, but in a 6-4 game, you think about the guy standing on the first base bag. Left-hand hitter Mike Bovey. He's got 2 hits and 4 trips today. Singled and scored his last time through. That was back in the top of the 8th. Right-hander Stewart peers in, sets at the belt, the first pitch, and Bovey takes it down the middle, a fastball for a called strike. If Bovey can't come through, Falmouth clinches a playoff spot and clinches a 5-game losing streak for these Red Sox. No balls and a strike. Slashed foul up the third baseline. Sharp ground ball that goes past the Red Sox dugout, and now the Red Sox are down to their final out here in Falmouth. A big crowd here at Gov Fuller Field on this Saturday night comes to their feet. Bovey, the Nebraska Omaha Mustang, will have to battle out of an 0-2 hole with runners on first and second, Hadeen and Connor with 2 out. Red Sox trailing by a pair. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him, a high fastball. Bovey strikes out, and Stewart locks it down, and the Falmouth Commodores are headed back to the postseason as the Red Sox fall 6-4. They have lost 5 consecutive games for the first time since 2016. The Commodores clinch the 4th and final playoff spot in the West. The Wareham Gatemen, despite their win tonight, knocked out of the playoff race. The playoff picture in the Western Division is finalized, and still work to be done in the Eastern Division. Of course, only the Red Sox so far have clinched. Everything is a little bit more bunched up in the East. The Red Sox have their playoff spot, but a chance to clinch that top spot in the division will wait another day. Again, the Brewster Whitecaps winning today their game at Stony Brook Elementary earlier today over Harwich. They won 8-5, so they gained 2 points on the Red Sox. And with 3 regular season games to play, a Whitey Red Sox team that once led by 11 points now leads just by 4. And Carlo, the same deal that has plagued the Red Sox through this 5-game losing streak. Close games through much of the games, but once the bullpen comes in, they have faltered late. Those tack-on runs for their opponents proving too much for the Red Sox to come back from.
Yeah, multiple situations in this game where Whitey had opportunities. They leave 9 on the base paths to close, 5 of those in scoring position, Sam, and it doesn't get easier. You got to go to the best team on Cape record-wise against Hyannis and have them come to Red Wilson Field looking for a win to try to end this agony. But a complete free fall from the Whitey Red Sox right now, and it's the inability to have a reliable bullpen that has been really the key common thread in this 5-game stretch.
Let's look at the bright sides for the Red Sox just a little bit. Grant Taylor was excellent in long relief for YD, the second straight outing that they've turned to a starter in long relief, and they've turned in strong outings with Eric Yost yesterday in Orleans, Grant Taylor today as well. Luke Jewett in relief faltered early, but was able to recuperate his outing a little bit and play better, pitch better in the 8th inning as opposed to the beginning of his outing to end the 6th and the 7th. And then you look on the offensive side, and the newbie for the Red Sox today, Woody Haydeen, reached base in 4 of his 5 trips to the plate. Carlo, what did you see out of the Red Sox new shortstop?
Yeah, Woody Haydeen, I think, looked really comfortable at shortstop, made a couple of nice plays. One ground ball to the second baseman, Lou, that he had to dive at. Woody was right there in front, threw it to first, and then a double, pair of walks, a run comes across. I mean, that's a fantastic start to the summer for Woody Haydeen, and hopefully he can keep it up. But I don't want to jump on things too early, Sam. It seems like the Whitey Red Sox have finally found that answer at shortstop.
You think so, Carlo. A switch hitter who reached base in 4 trips today, had a pair of hits, including a double, and like you said, played a fine shortstop up the middle for YD. The Red Sox, after the final out was recorded in Falmouth, celebrated in the middle of the field. They came out of their dugout and watched as a team to watch these Commodores celebrate, trying to find the right groove. Our Red Sox team has now lost 5 in a row for the first time since 2016. But the good news, 2016 ended in a championship for these YD Red Sox, the end of that three-peat that they had in the middle 2010s. The Commodores clinched their ticket to the postseason. The only chance the Red Sox have to get payback for this game tonight would be in the finals. And the Red Sox unable to finish off a regular season sweep of the Commodores, falling in the final matchup between these two teams. Tomorrow, Carlo, you mentioned it, the Red Sox and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks square off for the final time, and it's been the opposite story for the Red Sox. They've been unable to log a win against the Harbor Hawks. They've tied once and lost twice, including a big loss in that game against the Harbor Hawks in Hartford, Connecticut just a couple weeks ago. Tonight, the Harbor Hawks got shut out by the Orleans Firebirds. They lost 3-0 as the Bourne Braves, the Chatham Anglers, tied 1-1 over at Veterans Field. That was a big game because Bourne had a chance to leapfrog into first place in that division with both a Harbor Hawk and a Cotuit loss. Cotuit lost 6-2 to Wareham. Orleans beat the Harbor Hawks, but Bourne was unable to beat Chatham. They tied 1-1, so a much more complicated picture atop the Western Division as opposed to the East.
I think what we've learned in this past week since the All-Star break is the parlay in the Cape Cod Baseball League is at its highest. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. You look at that Chatham-Bourne game. That's a 2-hour and 3-minute game. They started an hour after us. They finished before us. Kind of ridiculous stuff there. But, yeah, I don't think anybody expected Wareham to beat Cotuit. Orleans blanking Hyannis, the hottest offense on Cape. And Falmouth, the team that hadn't beat YD all summer, they come away with a win. Red Sox got to figure it out. The good news is you're guaranteed at least 5 more games. Can you figure it out before the playoffs?
The wheels have fallen off for the Red Sox with the 5 straight losses, but they're guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. They will play at least one series. Whether that comes as the division winners, that remains to be seen with Brewster all of a sudden on the Red Sox heels. A 6-4 loss here in Falmouth tonight. We'll close up shop right now. The Red Sox hosting the Harbor Hawks for the final time tomorrow. That's a 4:30 start at Dennis Yarmouth High School, Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth. For our producer, Danie Oestreich, Carlo Jimenez to my left, I've been Sam Lebowitz, and we will catch you tomorrow at 4:30, your first pitch between the Red Sox and the Harbor Hawks. We'll see you there.